Phone when he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Like how much extra than normal?
Probably an extra 20 minutes.
Because there was a wreck on the freeway? Yeah.
Which is fun. Like, we're lucky. I'm lucky enough. We get up early enough that there's never, ever traffic. Occasional construction.
Sure.
But you can always really plan on what time you're going to be here.
Remember when it was the very beginning, I say of COVID, but really more of the shutdown, and you and I were still some of the people coming in?
Oh, yeah.
There was the one
and
morning.
It was in the afternoons.
Yeah. Well, there was one time where I was coming in the morning, and I remember this vividly, where I drove from my house to here, which isn't very far, but I only have to take city streets. There's a lot of different ways I can go to get here, but I take city streets generally. And Chris, I took, just standard streets to get here like I normally do every day. And I literally, no joke, there was not another car, not another headlight, tail light. And I thought, and I don't even know how long it took me to realize that. I was probably more than halfway here. And then you're starting to think, okay, what's, am I in a dream? Did something like major happen? And they're saying, and I missed it, like, don't go outside, stay in stay in your homes. It was really weird, and it just seemed like it was darker at that time. I know we still had stoplights and city lights on, but just without seeing a headlight or a tail light on about a, 6 to 8 mile drive. That was weird. Today, no, there's cars out, but be careful, be safe, be smart. And the worst part about right now, look, we got rain. We ultimately, I think we do need that. I think it's supposed to be pretty rough for most of the morning and then ease up. It's the wind. And every time we go through this pretty much yearly, I just hope that most people are able to maintain power. Because as I've now learned over the last couple of years, when our house loses power, we are not priority. And that's not a shot at anybody, but it just found out over time that for whatever reason, our grid of houses, we're in a neighborhood with lots of homes. But and we're not in a designated separate area. It's just we're with a bunch of other people. We're on a grid of 9 homes. And so if, Natomas went out, Arden Park went out, Elk Grove went out, South Sac, like they're going to work on the major chunks to get as many people back up and running, which totally makes sense. But when you're on a grid of 9 people, you're not priority number 1. And so if power goes out, we're usually out for a while. So hopefully that's not the case. Knock on wood. Hopefully everybody's okay. The most important thing is to be safe, be smart out there. And like I said, there's some nasty weather that I think is going to pass through here, and have a pretty nice weekend coming up. We've got a good show coming your way. So Dave will be here. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. We've got a lot to get to today as the Kings played last night. The beam was lit. They tried to do it one more time with back-to-back in New Orleans today. We will talk about that. We will talk about sports business. 7:30. You know what that means? Kelly Brothers. Kelly Brothers.
I was pressing the wrong button and I didn't want to play that.
Okay. Kelly Brothers.
Good at business.
I almost played this one.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
Well, maybe heavily medicated. Who knows? So he joins us at 7:30. It's Thursday, 8 o'clock. The great Sam Amick will be joining us.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Wow, Sam. So he'll join us.
Did I see him in Portland last weekend?
Did you?
Oh, just off that.
What's that?
Just off that sound there. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, gotcha. So Sam joins us at 8 o'clock. We also, I believe, are going to have local legend and a part of Pickletainment, Uriah Faber, at some point between now and 10 o'clock. So we look forward to that. And then all our usual things leading off. We will have 3 for Madness. We'll have celebrity birthdays to wrap things up. How great was that yesterday? Oh, wait. I need to get into that too, by the way. So I didn't respond to the text messages. There was I think you started the text yesterday about Crumbl Chris came in. Awesome to have him.
No, that wasn't me. That was Alan.
Okay. So we even discussed it on the show. I guess apparently we found out there was a separate box for downstairs. That's fine. They can have that. We had one that clearly felt like it should be us, Alan. If it makes it to the afternoon, great. But basically these 2 rooms, and we'll share with, KNCR or whatever. But that's about where the sharing should end. What ended up happening?
We're going to have to ask Alan at the crossover.
Because wasn't he saying something like it got taken up and cleaned up and taken back downstairs?
He said that Scott came and grabbed them while he was on the air. And it was him and Dave just saying that they didn't know, like, why did he do that?
Yeah.
And my suggestion was, I bet he was saying, oh, I just wanted to clean up after Chris.
We've got that. We'll take care of that. Let us take care of that. So we'll get down to the bottom of that one because those cookies looked fabulous yesterday, and it's that time.
You left early. You didn't even get to
I know.
grab
I had
one.
a call, and I was like, oh, shoot, I had to run out. And I was like, darn it, because as soon as I left, I literally had to leave ASAP, and I went, darn it, I missed out on Crumbl. How were they? Which one did you go for?
I think it was like the strawberry something.
Oh, it was like the top layer. Was it the double layer thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Because that one looked incredible. They all looked great.
It was like a shortbread type of thing.
And good stuff, always.
There was like a strawberry chocolate thing.
Ooh. And the cutter is perfect because you can do a full cookie, but it's like if you just get a little,
you can't.
Well, you bounce off the walls for a couple hours. But just a corner of it or, like equivalent to a small pizza slice, that's the perfect way to go. So, yeah, we will discuss that a little bit later when Alan Stiles joins us at the conclusion of the show, and we'll have celebrity birthdays as well. We will do 3 in the key, see how we did yesterday. We got another one for today, and a lot of recap on the Sacramento Kings, who really yesterday proved to be a pretty good day for the Kings. Not only winning, that was really important. And then standings watch. They had a good day because every single team in the league played yesterday, and the Kings took it took advantage of that, one winning and getting some help around the league. So we will go over that as well. So we look forward to all of that. Tomorrow, of course, is Valentine's Day. Hopefully everybody plans accordingly. I have said this before, Chris, many times on this show because I have now been married to my wife for a long, long time. She's wonderful. And she always says this. And when I tell other people, she will say, do not get me anything for Valentine's Day. And then people go, she's just saying that she wants something. I am telling you, I know her. She doesn't want anything. Now, some years I still get something, but she'll actually kind of get not mad, but I told you I didn't want anything and I meant it. So I would encourage people that are in that position. Do you know your significant other? I mean, if they're saying that and you think they're just saying that, then get them something. If they're saying that and they mean that, then just listen. Just be a listener. What do you think of that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Exactly. Chris was locked in to exactly what I was saying. No, I know that's a problem can be a problem for a lot of people. What do I get? Well, Crumbl would be a great idea.
Great idea.
That would always be something. So that could be something small. Well, look, I got it for us. We could share it, celebrate if it's, whatever, how many years or whatever. People are in all different levels of relationships. So
if you're the one that doesn't usually make dinner, maybe you make dinner.
Yeah. How about that? You've really become, you've gotten in the kitchen a lot here lately, making a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been Twitter. Like I just see something, I'll be like, "Oh, that looks good," and I'll save that.
Isn't that amazing? Because I once it's like anything, what starts to populate, you start to look at a few things, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I'm getting a bunch of different things that this is how I make it. To do this, try this instead, and you look at that, and you go, man, that looks good. I can make that. And usually they come out, and usually they come out that way. What's the best thing you've seen from social media that you've made that you're like, oh, I'm keeping this recipe?
I think I've made it. I think you've had some of it. The chicken tortellini soup.
Oh yeah. Wait, the yes. Okay. Didn't
Not
you
tortellini.
make gnocchi? Right?
Gnocchi. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. So that was a online
It's
recipe.
a staple.
Yeah.
I also do like a Vietnamese garlic shrimp
Okay.
noodle thing.
That's the one you were showing me yesterday. The cabbage and
Oh no,
no,
that's
that
Southern
didn't
fried
have noodles.
cabbage.
Yeah. And you and I both said the same thing about cabbage. I'm like, yeah, I'll eat it. I wouldn't ever order it. If
This
it's
is
prepared,
like-
I eat it.
This is
Next level.
top notch.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Is it true that you are making something tonight and possibly bringing it in?
The Southern fried cabbage.
That's what you're making?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing jambalaya.
No,
Oh, Southern fried.
that's your
cabbage.
thing.
I know, but I thought you were going to take a crack at it with the new spices. Are you using the new
Yes.
spices from our guy Alan?
I'm not using the ghost pepper one
Yeah,
though.
thank you. I brought in that extra one, by the way, today. I don't know.
And I forgot.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, I like that. We will see how that all goes a little bit later today. All right, so we're just beginning here. We got a lot to get to today. Like we said, Carmichael Dave will be here. He's got a good story for you as to why he's delayed, but part of it is because of what's going on out there. Again, be careful, be safe. You'll get to work, you'll get to school, you'll get to wherever you need to go. If you're a little late, I think people will understand, but just most importantly, be safe out there. For those of you that are here watching, thank you. We appreciate that. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe as well. Just be a regular, which most of you are. I really appreciate that at almost 6:15 in the morning for you all being here. Text line 916-339-1140. Phone line 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. And you can chat with us on YouTube as well. We're just beginning. We have got Leading Off coming your way next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the President's Day sales event?
It's time for some good old-fashioned doorbusters. Right now, save up to $20,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram trucks. That's the kind of savings you don't usually see until Memorial Day, and definitely not on Ram heavy duties. But this weekend at Hoblet, it's happening.
And you have 30 to choose from?
That's right. Plus, you can also get 0% financing for 72 months on a bunch of new models, including hybrids. But you better hurry in. These deals only last through President's Day.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 20,000 total net savings after 13,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP factory cash. Sample VIN savings 8013 plus 4,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons and 1,000 trade-in assistance for 2005 or newer under 160,000 mile vehicle. Sample VIN 371844. 0% financing for 72 months on new Wagoneer S, 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE, and 2024 Dodge Hornet. $1,389 per thousand finance on approved credit through Stellantis Financial. See dealer for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
We're going to get to cut number 1 here in a moment. Campeo on the chat. You know information because you are right on with your messaging right here. You'll hear that story coming up, but good for you. Let's get to cut number 1 yesterday as the Kings took on the Pelicans and trying to get their 3rd straight win.
And the Kings get it back, and now we hit the 2-minute mark here in the 4th quarter with a 9-point advantage. DeRozan against Zion on the left angle, 2-point range. Probes, pulls it back, loses it, gets it back at the free-throw line. Looking for help. 2 seconds to go. Got a turn, shoot to beat the buzzer, and he scores. Oh, what a dagger that was right there on the part of DeMar DeRozan. He had no help. He suddenly realized that he was out of time. He had to launch it off the turnaround. He nailed it, and the Kings lead 115-104. Timeout, Willie Green and the Pelicans.
A victory. Light the beam. Sacramento gets the win. It was a bit of a journey again. Nothing easy. We'll revisit some of that in our 3 in the key predictions from yesterday. But Really, really important for Sacramento to get the win. And there's also news regarding the Sacramento Kings, as we will get to that coming up in a future cut here in a moment. But as I said earlier, to get the win, that was really important. They played pretty well, not perfect. I think that's what's encouraging is anytime you win without your best performance. I mean, at the beginning, my goodness, the first quarter, 8 turnovers in the first quarter. I'm like, what is happening with this team and just the sloppy play? They only had 3 the rest of the way. So that was a big reason why they were able to get the victory over New Orleans. But that was really, really important. And again, today is not a gimme. Today is no guarantee. But if history, suggests and repeats itself here, Zion Williamson has not played in back-to-backs. There was some word yesterday that he was questionable. CJ was questionable. Then they both were available to play. So it was going to be more difficult. And finally, CJ McCollum did not go off against the Kings. He missed all of his 3-pointers. But other guys were playing well. Other guys were keeping him in the game. And Zion. And I think right now, if you are New Orleans, it's probably a tough watch for their fan base, knowing that they have got a phenomenal player in Zion Williamson. I mean, again, he has not played 30 minutes yet this season. I believe yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was his 17th game. He has had more seasons, with 30 or less games than he's had on the other side of that. So they're obviously trying to protect him, but by all accounts, he's in the best shape of his life. He's healthy. And I think where New Orleans is right now, and I said this to Dave yesterday, they probably would prefer to lose. They're not trying to, but I think that's what their preference would be. And you could say they're not trying to, but a little bit of that is limiting the minutes for Zion, probably a dual role there in protecting him and limiting their chances to win. Not playing him in back-to-backs, that's limiting their chances to win. Right now with 12 wins and 42 losses, only Washington has a worse record. So I think there is a decent chance that New Orleans can do next year what Memphis is doing this year. And the point there is, remember 2 seasons ago, when the Kings ended up as the 3 seed and played the Warriors, remember Memphis was the 2. Last year, they had more injuries than any team in the history of the league, more different players on the roster, more lineup changes. And then, everybody's healthy this year or healthier. And here's Memphis right back to the 2 seed. So they obviously have a good team, a good program, well coached, and injuries derailed them. Now they're 36-18. I think that's something that New Orleans is eyeing. So they're likely going to be a very high lottery team, maybe even the number 1 pick. So imagine if they got someone like Cooper Flagg to go with Zion, to go with DeJounte Murray when he returns, with CJ, with Trey Murphy, Herb Jones when he comes back after season-ending surgery this year, and their off-season plan. And you could just see a roadmap of a team having a brutal year, still building some, Misi's a nice young center. They're building some things that you can go, okay, that could be part of our future. And, where Washington feels really far away for me at 9-45. Utah, I still feel like is far away. Charlotte feels like they're far away. New Orleans doesn't to me. At 12-42, you can see some of the pieces, and they've pushed the Kings. But look, they're not upset, I don't think, about losing 10 consecutive games. And I think they have losing streaks of 6. Yesterday was their second 9-game losing streak, so now that's at 10. I think they have an 11-game. I mean, they're just losing in big, big chunks. And now they've guaranteed a losing season at 12-42, even if they won out and won their last, 28 games? I don't think that's happening. But this is about the Kings, and the Kings getting the win, get to 28-26. I think a lot of people were watching the Warriors and Mavericks game, and that'll kind of lead us to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Marshall had it wide open and then lost the ball, got it back. Shovels to Kyrie. He'll take the 3. He makes the 3. Wow! Kyrie off the broken play.
That's Chuck Cooperstein from the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network, and Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks win without their front court, basically, right? Anthony Davis, we know, is out. Gafford got hurt against the Kings. Lively's been out. P.J. Washington has been out. And this team found a way to beat the Golden State Warriors. To me, watching that game, I could have easily made an argument for both teams to lose. Like, which one was better for the Kings? The fact that Dallas won puts them at 29-26. So as standings represent themselves right now, Dallas is a half game ahead of the Sacramento Kings. Kings are in sole possession of 8th. The Warriors are now the Kings are in sole possession of 9th. Sorry, I think I said 8th. Dallas is in 8th. Kings are in 9th. Half game back in them. Kings now a full game lead on Golden State and a 2-game lead on Phoenix, who's now 11, and San Antonio lost again. So the Spurs are now 4 back of Sacramento. So I was doing the dangerous thing last night and looking at upcoming schedules, which is never plays out that way. But if you allow myself this little opportunity to think in a bubble of positivity for the Sacramento Kings, if this scenario were to happen, which I don't think is that far-fetched, so you guys tell me. Tonight, the Kings play New Orleans. I haven't looked at the spread, but I'm assuming the Kings will be favored, especially if Zion doesn't play. It's not a gimme, but I think that's fair to think the Kings should win. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but let's pretend that they do. The Warriors are on the second night of a back-to-back, and they are playing Houston. That's going to be a tough game. There's a decent chance they lose that game. Decent chance. So if those two things happen, going into the All-Star break, the Kings would then have a full 2-game lead on the Warriors. And the first game out of the break, the Kings host the Warriors. And if, again, these are all ifs, if Sacramento was able to beat the Warriors, 2 things would happen there. They would now have a 3-game lead on the Warriors with 26 to go, but it's basically 4 because the Kings would now have the tiebreaker, because that would be a 3-0 series advantage. The good thing where the Kings are, the teams they are basically fighting with right now, Minnesota is in 7th, just a game and a half ahead. That's a 2-2 season split. Dallas, we mentioned a half game ahead. Kings have already won the season series. It's 2-0. They only play 3 times, so the Kings have that tiebreaker. Right now, they're up 2-0 on the Warriors and 2-0 on the Suns. So they're in, I wouldn't say great position, but they have still kind of the control of this if they can start ripping off a nice win streak, which right now they're at 3. If they can get to 4, because really tonight would be disappointing. I don't think there's any other way to say it. If they were to lose tonight, to stop their win streak, to go into the break with a loss to a team that most likely won't have Zion and has lost 10 in a row, that'd be bad, right? You're going to have, there's a stretch in March where, man, the Kings are playing Cleveland twice, Boston, Milwaukee, New York, Oklahoma City, Denver. It's just brutal. So get the wins now. Try to build that equity. If they win tonight, they would match their season high, 3 games above 500, and watch some other teams hopefully lose tonight and keep gaining ground in the standings. But the Mavericks help out. They beat the Warriors last night, just amidst all that chaos of a lot of games in the NBA. All right, let's get to cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Fultz from 70 feet out. Hits it! It's good! Markelle Fultz from the other foul line buries it as the quarter ends. A brilliant quarter for Fultz. A huge quarter for the Magic. And they lead Sacramento 44-26.
Ugh. Who's that? Where did you find that, Chris? In the archives?
Work.
Oh. To the heart. Markelle Fultz, a contract announced yesterday, signed by the Sacramento Kings. Shams reports that. And I like it as far as point guard depth. I have no idea where the Kings envision him playing. I think right now what we are seeing is the Kings are getting into a little bit of a dilemma, which I think is still a good thing. Let's take the starting part away, because I believe Doug will stick with this starting lineup going forward. The closing lineup has looked to be a little bit of a challenge. The way Keon Ellis has played has been incredible, and he was phenomenal last night. He is a two-way player that deserves minutes, and every time he plays, what I think is 28 minutes or more, I forget what the record is now, it's like 10 or 11 and 3. It's really, really good. So you give him the minutes. It feels like he needs to be on the floor at the end of the game. You know Sabonis is going to be on the floor, assuming he's not in foul trouble or out with fouls. And then you got to decide between Keegan, DeMar, Zach, and Malik for 3 spots. And so that's the trick that this team has. I think for Markelle Fultz, where does he fit in? Right now, I believe it's kind of a emergency depth. It's a spot that was light on the roster. You traded Fox and McLaughlin. I mean, 2 guys that certainly handled the ball and could handle the ball. Fox a ton. McLaughlin is a point guard, so he could have done it, but he was dealt. And the Kings didn't get a point guard back. So Getting Markelle Fultz, kicking the tires there. He's a former number 1 pick. He was in Philadelphia, had a lot of issues to begin his career. Then he's been in Orlando. And, again, I don't know that this is a earth-shattering signing, but we don't know until he gets here. What can he provide? Is he the kind of guy that maybe Doug could crack the code and find the best version of him? Is he a guy that plays better in kind of a read and react offense as opposed to an organization that calls a lot of plays? That will remain to be seen, but it's just nice to have a security blanket of a new King in Markelle Fultz. So we'll talk more about that coming up as well. But when we return, we'll kind of dive deeper into the Kings' victory yesterday. Carmichael Dave still should be scheduled to join us here pretty soon, back in studio. Yeah, exactly. We'll see how he's doing on the roads, and he'll tell you his story of what happened to him this morning. We've got all that and more, but we will revisit, courtesy of the G-Man, some audio highlights of the Kings win when we come back on Sacktown Sports.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Well, hi. How's it going? Jason Ross here to tell you about Jonathan Gonzalez, and he is a lawyer in downtown Sacramento, right here in our community, and he's been serving our community for a long time. In fact, his approach in the courtroom has been very good. I mean, his attention to detail, his overall aggressive attitude has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of his clients. And you could be one too, and you may think, well, I'm not sure. I don't think I need representation. The point is, you always want to know who to call when you're in a situation of need. Well, I'm telling you, Jonathan Gonzalez, an attorney in his law offices in downtown, you can reach him at 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com. And what you might try to figure out is, why would I need him? Where are some situations? What are the situations where I might need some help? Well, auto accident, certainly he can help you with that. Looking at a sexual harassment case, maybe a wrongful termination case, criminal defense, and one of the areas he specializes in, expungements. And I've had a couple people talk to me and say, thank you for recommending him, because, yeah, they have helped, because maybe your rights going forward are just, you can't do some of the things you were hoping to do because of something that happened in your past that's still following you. We'll have him help you out with that. At least call him, see what he can do. Expungements is an area of expertise. So, again, Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187, saclegaldefense.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Wet and windy beginning today, Thursday. Expect some of the strongest winds throughout the morning and into the afternoon. We will see some breaks in the rain activity and the wind easing somewhat. Temperatures today expected in the upper 50s. More showers ahead late in the day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The President's Day sales event is back at Folsom Lake Kia. Save a bunch of presidents on your favorite new Kia models, all with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Go see the team you can trust. My friends at Folsom Lake Kia.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
reeling in the refund.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Bobblehead Bobby Jackson approves of the Motley Crue rejoiner. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. We are waiting Carmichael Dave, who should be on his way here shortly. And like we said, he's got quite the story for you. We're talking about that nasty storm that's going on out there. Really windy. That's the part that's creating some issues. And I said, look, when our power goes out in our area, we're on a grid of 9. It's just, it sucks for us. It's fine. It happens. And the texter, appreciate this from the 530. Buy a generator, man. We did. We finally did last year. It still stinks. I mean, it's still, if you have to go through that, and you're kind of selecting on what.
Wait, it doesn't make it easier?
You got to decide what you're wanting to power up. Let's just say that. The one year though, when we had our power out we used to have power lines that went across our backyard, and a big tree limb fell, just completely took the power lines to the ground. We had a live wire. And once we finally got to PG&E and said that we had a live wire, they reacted much quicker. But we were out for, 4 or 5 days. And I want to say inside we were about 50-something degrees. And something that I never knew happened, we have one of those, I guess it's memory foam beds. And so it gives you a nice little squish when you get on it. It was rock hard. I mean, it felt like you were on concrete because I don't know if it just tightened up. I never knew. It's almost like, I don't know, if you leave a Nerf ball out for bad weather and then you try to throw it, this thing there's not the give that you expect. But when you lay there and your body temperature finally warms things up, then you get that give back. But we appreciate that. We did finally buy a generator to make things a little bit more tolerable for us if, in fact, we lose the power. All right, so last night.
Memory foam mattresses can feel firmer and colder in cold weather because the foam contracts when it's cold.
There we go. I was not aware of that. And now I am. All right, last night, Kings in New Orleans, the Big Easy, taking on the Pelicans. We will have rewind.
What? I am not on a good start.
You're missing buttons. Are you having turnovers?
I am having turnovers.
All right, the Kings were in New Orleans last night in the Big Easy.
Go get there and get the ball there.
And it started out great for one Keon Ellis.
And he almost loses it, saves it, gives to Keegan Murray. To Keon in the corner for three. He's got the bucket. Boy, Keon Ellis has been terrific from outside that three-point arc of late. Shooting, 43% on the season from downtown.
Yeah, but he's a defensive player, guys. Just a defensive player, right? Yeah, Keon trying to prove that theory wrong.
Keon's open. He'll try again for three. He scores the triple again. 2 for 2 from downtown. Keon Ellis gives the Kings a 28-15 advantage, which is the biggest of this first quarter. Now a corner three on the way that's missed by the Pelicans. That shot was attempted by Jordan Hawkins, who had just checked in. DeRozan now working against Hawkins. Doubled by Brown. Swings to Keon. Feeling it. Firing it. He scores again from downtown. Straight away. About a 29-footer from Keon Ellis. And it's now 31-15 in favor of Sacramento. Keon Ellis with 3 consecutive three-pointers.
This is where, Dave and I have known each other and worked together too long. I said, I said something to Henry in studio. I'm like, more like 3 on Ellis. And he laughs. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't tweet that much. Let me put that out there. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, Dave had done that like 30 minutes before.
Did you see the Deuce and Mo interview with Keon Ellis?
No.
You know what Deuce called him?
What?
3 on Ellis.
Well, we've all worked together a long time. But he was great. And as Zeeb says here, can you imagine not playing him? Yeah, look, I liked Mike Brown. I said it when they did it. I wasn't a big believer in making an in-season change like that. But the one thing, if Mike was in there, I would just have to ask, like, he played Keon, but not enough. And there were some games where he didn't. It's hard to understand why, really. That would be my question is, what was your thought process? Look, everybody's got an opinion and a thought, and Mike Brown's a smart coach. He's a good coach. That one was a miss. I mean, he just missed, and Doug's been playing him a lot more, and the results have been great for Keon. All right, let's go to New Orleans side of things. Again, this guy always is the best player on the floor. Here's Zion.
And it is no good. Rebound ahead. Zion in transition draws the foul, scores. It's 31-37. Zion Williamson picking up where he left off with a 40-point night in Sacramento Saturday. Now has 16 points and a chance for 17 as he'll go to the free throw line for an and one.
Yeah, it was so obvious the difference when he was on the floor compared to when he wasn't. And it always isn't just him. He just opens up things for everyone else. So Zion cooking in the second quarter, but nobody was cooking more than our guy, 3 on Ellis.
Rebounded by Keon Ellis, ahead to Levine, finds Keegan Murray in the left corner, driving a kick, Keon feeling it, firing it, scores again. Keon Ellis on fire in Louisiana. He's just made his 6th triple of the first half, and the Kings lead 52-44.
All right, so by halftime, still a tight game. Let's go to the third. This guy's been struggling from 3, but finally knocked one down, Zach LaVine.
So the Kings inbound to Zach LaVine. LaVine now, straight away, 3, score it. There you go. Zach LaVine from downtown finally cashing on that one. His first one in 4 attempts tonight. LaVine, since joining the Kings, was 5 for 30 from downtown until he made that shot right there. Now 6.
All right, so LaVine finally knocks one down. Kings bench, well, it was mainly Keon Ellis, but this was a nice move by Valanciunas.
Arabia probes, pulls it back, swings to Malik, 7 on the possession, enters to Valanciunas, takes the step back, now drives, gets a step, goes for the reverse hammer and scores. Well done by Jonas Valanciunas.
All right, so we go to the fourth quarter, and again for the Pelicans, more of the big fella, Zion.
Digs into the paint, rolls to his right, ball knocked out of his hands, turnover Sacramento. Zion grabbed it, throws to Alvarado, feeds it inside, Zion to the rim, and it's a 4-point game at 99-95.
Yeah, so the Pelicans right on the Kings' heels, but let's get more from Keon Ellis.
Monk throws a bullet to Keegan Murray, swings to the corner. Ian Ellis sidesteps the defender, launches. He scores his 7th three-pointer of the night, his first one of the second half.
All right, just a big, big night for him. And even when you need him in closing time, he's always there, DeMar DeRozan.
And the Kings get it back, and now we hit the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter with a 9-point advantage. DeRozan against Zion on the left angle, 2-point range. Probes, pulls it back, loses it, gets it back at the free-throw line. Looking for help. 2 seconds to go. Got a turn, shoot to beat the buzzer, and he scores. Oh, what a dagger that was right there on the part of DeMar DeRozan. He had no help. He suddenly realized that he was out of time. He had to launch it off the turnaround. He nailed it, and the Kings lead 115-104. Timeout, Willie Green and the Pelicans.
And make that 3 in a row for the Kings overall, 3 in a row against the Pelicans. They try to go for 4 on both departments tonight. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. When we come back, we mentioned the standings watch briefly. It was a good night for the Kings all the way around. And I believe, I can't confirm, but I believe Carmichael Dave is in the building. We will see.
Maybe.
We'll get his story of his interesting morning. That is coming your way next on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's time to pull up your calendar app. The Sacktown Sports live event calendar is packed with must-see shows. Get ready for Miles Kennedy at Ace of Spades on February 18th, a night of pure vocal power and killer guitar work. Then on March 8th, the Fists Fly at Thunder Showdown Boxing at Thunder Valley, where every punch could be a knockout. On March 15th, the legendary Steel Panther brings their high-energy hair metal madness to Ace of Spades. This one's going to be wild. And the next night, country fans get their fix as Alexandra Kay takes the stage at Ace of Spades on March 16th with her soulful vocals and heartfelt songs. Then March 29th, it's a doubleheader. Papa Roach and Rise Against tear up Golden One Center for a night of high-energy rock. And over at Hard Rock Live Sacramento, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall team up for an unforgettable night of laughs. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Get all the details at sacktownsports.com. Hey, Marvel comic fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. This week, get ready for Captain America, Brave New World, the IMAX experience. The best place to immerse yourself in Marvel comic action is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen with heart-pounding audio.
You asked for me. Here I am. Captain America, caught without his wings.
You want me? Come and get me! Get your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento. And don't miss Captain America, Brave New World, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Mosley here. Thursday's Toyota Tyler Report calls for midweek POW. And let me tell you, it's top-notch. If you're around, you're scoring. Grab the keys to your Toyota and get dialed in for an epic day.
Thanks, Johnny. A winter storm warning issued until tomorrow night. It'll be windy and chilly with snow accumulating an additional 1 to 2 inches on the slopes today. Have fun and get your gear ready. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from my good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally, $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, yeah, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at theaeway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
Elk Grove Honda reports that Honda has earned 3 coveted 2025 Car and Driver 10 Best Awards for the 3rd year in a row, honoring the Honda Civic, Honda Accord, and Honda CR-V. Honda Accord wins for a record 39th time. You can see and drive all the new 2025 award-winning models at Elk Grove Honda and see why Honda cars and trucks continue to impress the critics. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Good morning. Ugh.
Good morning.
Be careful out there, everybody. It sucks. Yeah. Shout out to my neighbor who has a chainsaw. Otherwise, I would not be here right now. Tree down. I don't know if you said.
No, I was like, I was going to wait and let you tell it.
Yeah, dude. Tree fell down on my street and
go boom.
Blocked. And then on top of that, and then I was like, okay, I'll just set up at home. Internet's out. So, yeah, I called you, what about a little over an hour ago.
But your neighbor's chainsawing at like 6 in the morning?
So awesome. So awesome. He's such a dude.
Is it Paul Bunyan? Do you live with Nick?
I do. It's actually the brawny paper towel guy. He's got a beard and everything.
Yeah.
He's a school teacher, but
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
So I'm out
Was he
there.
in plaid?
He's like a big old puffy coat. But yeah, we're
Great
out.
big bushy beard.
Yeah, just so we're out there, 5 something whatever with he's chainsawing, and we got these like ropes to tie around because the end of the top of the tree. Thank God nobody was hurt, no real property damage, but it just jacked his front yard, and so the end of the tree, the smaller part of the tree was the part that was in his yard. So I was out front just surveying, and then I was after I called you, and he's like, yeah, dude, how because also Avery, Mason, and Melissa would be till whenever they come around, and I'm sure that wasn't the only tree down in the area, and he's like, no, bro, I got a chainsaw and some ropes, man. Let's do this. So let's go.
And you're like, yeah, go do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, part of me was like, but like, what am I gonna do? Like, okay, dude, I'll see you. I gotta go take a shower. I'll be right out.
I could use some coffee. I'll be back.
So yeah, we're out there. We're out there doing our thing. Got it done, and then I really didn't have. He was like, "Yeah, just drive over my lawn. It's fine. It's already jacked." But I just was able to go up on the sidewalk, so there's enough space there for me to get out. And then Mel's got the Jeep, so she'll roll out.
But you blocked his driveway.
I actually threw the tree parts through the window of his house.
That's good.
Like, just make it happen.
Deal with it.
Yeah. So hello everybody, and thank you, Jason and Chris and all that. Hey, we had a troll in the chat earlier.
Did we?
I know
some people were talking about it.
I'm always excited about that. Although we like to go back and forth with the chat, we're also very protective of our people. The last thing I see he wrote was I don't even know where it was here. It was something about trolling low IQ. It literally takes zero effort to troll a few low IQ Kings fans at 6 in the morning. I mean, look, it's an open chat. You can come in. You can say whatever you wish, within reason, no swearing, all that. We keep it open. But I would just say this, and then we'll move on real quickly. I read that, and I'm like, what kind of a pathetic loser human being do you have to be to get up at 6 a.m. on a Thursday, roll into a radio chat, and get pleasure out of very briefly, lightly? It's not even a good troll. It's just being annoying. Like, seriously, touch grass, bro. Or sis, just touch grass.
What does that do?
I think it recalibrates your
grounded.
Yeah, it grounds you, it recalibrates you with the earth.
Even in wet conditions?
Just don't hold anything electrical.
True. Well,
although we're walking batteries, that's what the Matrix said, but my goodness, I'm gonna get up and troll a sports radio show chat. I did it. They're talking about me. I did it. Here's the attention you ordered, brother. Well done. Recalibrate your life and don't breed. Welcome back. I'm Dave. That's Jason.
Hi.
We should be talking right now about Kyrie Irving. But I would I texted Scott Marsh. He's not awake yet. We also have to knock that out today.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I felt like
the game of golf.
Felt like you might have more details, or certainly Alan does.
All I know is
Alan's got everything.
Yeah, Alan said you catch everybody up.
I kind of touched on it, but basically, when you brought it up on the show, look, that box of Crumbl cookies was so nice for Crumbl Chris. For us, for this upstairs, maybe even if someone said they shared with KNCR or some other people up here, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But the second leaves the upstairs part, not cool.
No, and
because they had one already downstairs.
And look, Crumbl Chris comes in and to see us.
Yeah, and participates.
Right. And to be fair, look, in Scott's defense, Scott's the account rep there. He's the one that set up the relationship. God bless him. He deserves cookies.
Yeah, which he got.
And he got. He deserves them.
He had a completely separate box?
Yes.
Oh.
So what happens is Crumbl Chris comes up here. He brings a big box of cookies, right?
It's and tells us I have one downstairs.
Yes. Now, just so everybody, this is just workplace stuff here, but just so everybody understands, we get screwed in the mornings when it comes to food. And it's understandable. We get it. Like lunch and everything, everybody wakes up. So constantly we're getting emails on the group work email.
Come join us for lunch and we're gone.
Yeah, we're catering this and this barbecue place is coming and all that stuff. And we don't hate on that. Right. It's just the way it is, but we never get anything. So, like, what was it? Leatherby's brought in a bunch of stuff a few weeks ago.
Which was great for drapes, but not for us. Yeah,
and that's fine. And that's how it has to be. So the one thing we get is Crumbl Chris. And what used to happen is there'd be this, giant box of cookies, and then we'd take a couple, here, and then someone, either all the salespeople, they get wind of it, and they roll up here, and rah, it's like Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, which they're never up here.
They're never up here. It's two different types of office, right? And by the way, at other radio stations, at least from what I hear, generally the upstairs runs the downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like they get all the stuff. The on-air people in other radio station cultures, that is the dead opposite here, and that's
we have
fine.
A bad culture.
Yeah, we do. We're humble. We're very humble. So apparently yesterday, well, not apparently, this is what happened. Crumbl Chris comes in. We love Crumbl Chris. He brings in the box of cookies, but he brought in 2 boxes of cookies.
Killed it in celebrity birthdays.
Totally didn't cheat. So he leaves us the box of Crumbl cookies, of which I personally took his cutter and cut everyone into 4 pieces so everybody could have a piece of every cookie if they wanted. And we even said, this is for our show. I didn't take any with me. Right. I had a couple here. Yeah. I was even eating while Alan was on. And then you had to leave early. You didn't get any.
I know. I had to run out.
You got screwed. You got bat flap.
I got a call. I was like, no, come on. I need a cookie.
So then Alan texts us later and says, apparently, so remember, Scott's bringing the untouched box of cookies downstairs, assumedly for the sales hounds to pounce on.
Yeah.
Well, apparently during Alan's show, our good friend Scott comes up and grabs the other box of cookies.
Yeah, it's ours that was up here.
And again, I'm trying to be fair. Scott's not the enemy here yet. But I said to Alan, did he say why? And he said he just mouthed like, "Are you done?" as the segment was starting. Kyle Ledbetter says it was definitely still half full. And then the reasoning was, well, I guess he didn't give a reason. He just grabbed the cookies. Well, maybe they weren't done, number 1. Number 2, what about drapes and whitey?
Right.
And number 3, what about leftovers this morning? I would like a nice leftover Crumbl cookie.
Right,
be great.
Yeah.
Little coffee, little cookie.
Yep.
But instead, Fred and Sales was pounding them.
We had Kings last night. Henry was here. I was here. Anthony, we could have all had a little slice of cookie.
It should, if the rare instances that we get treats, they should be relegated to this room. And we've always said, like, Pat, Tom, and Cody, it's open to anybody upstairs. We're not trying to hoard them for. I got mine. I got mine.
Yeah.
But I'm more mad at the other people didn't.
Yep.
So
just wrong.
I mean, we just, I don't know if this is an HR thing or not. I don't want to get them involved.
We might have to go down there. Might have to.
We may have to. Jeez. Anyway. So we'll figure that out.
Okay.
What I'd like to talk about next, we'll rinse and repeat. We'll come back. After everything happened yesterday with the game, the Kings filled one of their roster spots.
They did.
And not just with anyone, with a guy that once upon a time was clearly better than Jason Tatum. Clearly better than De'Aaron Fox. And he's only 26 years old. A reclamation project? Perhaps. Am I excited? Yes. Am I overly excited? Probably. Do I have to break? I guess I do. We'll be back and we'll talk about the newest Sacramento King, Markelle Fultz, next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Bob Ball throws one up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved to guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the President's Day sales event?
It's time for some good old-fashioned doorbusters. Right now, save up to $20,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram trucks. That's the kind of savings you don't usually see until Memorial Day. And definitely not on Ram heavy duties. But this weekend at Hoblet, it's happening.
And you have 30 to choose from?
That's right. Plus, you can also get 0% financing for 72 months on a bunch of new models, including hybrids. But you better hurry in. These deals only last through President's Day.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 20,000 total net savings after 13,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP factory cash, sample VIN savings 8013, plus 4,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons and 1,000 trade-in assistance for 2005 or newer under 160,000 mile vehicle. Sample VIN 371844. 0% financing for 72 months on new Wagoneer S, 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE, and 2024 Dodge Hornet. $13.89 per thousand finance on approved credit through Stellantis Financial. See dealer for details.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Kelly Brothers at 7:28.
Good business.
Sam Amick, who may be an angry Sam.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
I forget what it was. I got to look at our text, but apparently I took who was it? We were talking about somebody's connection or something. And then I made a crack like, or you go for the Sam cam.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yesterday.
Yeah, he was listening. So he was like, oh, shots fired.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Wait, I don't remember us saying that on the air.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I did.
Because what you said off the air.
Shut up. And so who knows where Sam, what mood Sam will be in. And then here's the other thing. So we have Uriah Faber booked for today. I booked him at 7:30.
Maybe.
Forgot that Kelly's at 7:30 on Thursday. So I told the lady, the booker lady, Devin's cousin, that hey, can we do 7:43? She said that should be fine, but Faber's not awake yet, jogging, not a morning guy. So
we'll see.
If you wanted him for 7:43, you should have asked for 6:15.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's my they
really could be like 9:30.
Yeah, yes, no, totally. We can go later. In fact, hey, this GRG guy, what is it with the rank? You boot him too. Why do we have you give people a chance? I don't really even mind him, but we got another troll in the chat who's just like Markelle Fultz, Markelle Fultz, start him. Monk's trash. And I'm like, okay, bro, slow down. It's okay. You can have an opinion. Just don't spam the chat with your weird
going with trash.
Yeah, Monk's trash.
You know what?
Fultz.
That's wrong.
Markelle Fultz. I agree.
Yeah, it's an opinion, but it's wrong.
Fultz. And then anytime you actually say something like, hey, calm down. You're welcome in the chat. Just don't be trolly. Oh, what? I thought this was America. Can't have an opinion. Thought this was America.
Not that one.
Yeah, they turned into Randy Marsh. No, this is not. No, the chat is not America. It's a sovereign country, all of our own. We're the dictators in there, and loose rules. Just don't be dumb. That's all. Anyways, have a good day, GRG, and go on Reddit and tell everybody how I can't handle the truth or whatever it is.
And you still want to have a get together with the chat people?
I do, kind of. I do actually. I'm glad. Stay on me about that, because we do need to do that at some point before the end of the year. I would like to do our biscuits and gravy, McGee's classic style buffet. Have all the chatters down there. I'm not gonna lie. There's two main reasons I want to do the thing with the chat. Number one, because I think it would be fun and they deserve it. Number two, so that I can hoard it over everybody's head how few of them actually show up, which I'm telling you will happen.
Okay.
We'll get like my over under on chatters that actually show up is probably 5.5.
And 3, you just want to keep saying to people, say it to my face.
And of course, and I guarantee you one of them will be Chris Guerrero.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there's food. No, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Right?
He's ready.
Markelle Fultz, once upon a time, was the number 1 pick in the draft. A draft that featured a lot of really good players.
It was a good draft.
It was a really good draft. One of those was De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
Who fell to us, and
bigger than basketball.
Much bigger than basketball.
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball went 2. Jason Tatum went 3. Josh Jackson.
Former King.
Josh Jackson went 4th. Markelle Fultz went number 1. And, he went to the University of Washington, and he was a clear-cut number 1. Like, this wasn't a, I still laugh at the fact that Danny Ainge with the Celtics traded down to the 3 with Philadelphia, actually got assets to get Jason Tatum, who was the best player in the draft. It just an absolute genius move. But as you said, it was a good draft. Unfortunately for Markelle Fultz, it's weird. Somebody asked me, they said, hey, is Markelle Fultz the Ben Simmons of, like, is he just a shorter Ben Simmons? Number 1 pick, great potential. Injury sidelined him, and I understand where the analogy, where the comparison comes from. I think there's 2 main differences. Number 1, Markelle Fultz has never played at the level Ben Simmons did once upon a time. Ben Simmons is a multi-time All-Star, all-defense, bloody blue, right? Markelle never got there, but they are both number 1 picks with tons of potential that got affected by injuries. And in Markelle Fultz's defense, he also never had kind of the psychological, mental blocks that Ben Simmons did either, at least that we know of.
Yeah. Wait, didn't he have some yips at the beginning?
Yes, he had to redo his whole motion was just it was like a transformer or
something got in his head.
Something got in his head. So maybe he did have a little bit of this stuff going on. Yeah, exactly. So Fultz goes number 1.
I like it as insurance.
I think it is a perfect look. Is there a chance that Markelle Fultz could? Oh, by the way, he's 26.
Mm-hmm.
You're not 30. He's 26 years old. That is still, you're now kind of entering your prime, if you will. Is there, and I know we all, this is how we all would naturally think as fans. You get a player, this is where he's going to rediscover it.
Maybe.
And by the way, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Odds are he will be a low to mid impact rotational backup point guard. I think that is the most likely thing that will happen.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing now too, we've already talked about this the last couple of days, is kind of the Keon problem, which is a good problem because Keon's been great. He was awesome last night. You've got to get him minutes on the floor. Well, Monk's going to play, and then we've already got talking about Levine, DeRozan, they still have a guard or a backcourt type of overload, but not truly a point guard. So I think that's where he can fit in case of emergency.
He is a true blue point guard. Not a 3-point shooter. He's a 27% lifetime 3-point shooter. Also a 73% lifetime free throw shooter. However, he did shoot 89.5% from the line in 2021. Of course, that was in 8 games. So we'll go with the averages here. He'll get you, 3-4 rebounds a game, 4+ assists a game, but that's in 25 minutes on average for those career averages with 11 points. He is incredibly athletic. He is not a huge guard, if you will, for that position, but he's 6'4". That's a bigger style point guard. So yeah, I think this is a perfectly understandable, very logical, very smart move by Monty and Wes in the front office to do exactly what they need to do. You got a roster spot open. Let's identify what you need. Oh, we need a backup point guard. Who's out there? Oh, Markelle Fultz. Okay, well, here's a guy that's shown that he can play rotationally. If he's healthy right now. And there's some uncovered, hopefully, potential and talent there that we could help with.
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at this situation, Monty has, I could hear some people going, why did it take him so long to address some of these things? Because, the roster still has some imbalances to it. But he made the trades, and then you kind of see what's left. And this one was, an opportunity with someone out there as a free agent. And I think it makes sense. So he has, addressed the front court a little bit, some wing help with LaRavia, certainly some point guard help. I think they've done okay here.
I think they have. I think this has been a very, what's the right word for these guys? I think Monty and Wes, and I don't want to do the copium thing with the Fox thing and all that and recalibrate that whole feeling, but look, there's no denying. I guess full disclosure. If you ask me right now, I think this team is going to be a play-in. I think they're going to be a play-in team, and I would lean 40-60 against them making it out of the play-in. That's just today what I believe, and I'm only saying that because I don't want people to think I'm doing false hope and copium here. I think, given the circumstances, I think the front office has acquitted themselves quite well over the last couple of weeks, making some very Jonas Valanciunas incredibly logical move. Markelle Fultz, very logical move. Jake LaRavia, who struggled last night. But again, this is a guy I think people are really going to enjoy. And I think even in the Zach LaVine thing, where he unfortunately put on a Kings uniform and forgot how to shoot a basketball, Katie said something on the broadcast last night that I thought was really insightful and made me feel a little bit better. She said, look, I'm paraphrasing, look at LaVine's career. Don't take 5 games and let that paint 8 years. It was a completely different offensive setup in Chicago. It was a completely different set of players in Chicago. It's not just a matter of can he make threes. There are rhythms to these things. He will learn. He will get used to it, and he's not going to go from 48% to 20%. I mean, hope not.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, Billy Donovan called plays almost every time. Yeah. Doug's like read, react, just play. Right. So it'll take a while. Yeah.
But I enjoy the Markelle Fultz edition, and I like that edition, and hopefully at only 26 years old, once upon a time the Sacramento Kings were a place for players to reclaim their careers. Hopefully we see that a little bit again. We'll take a break. 30 seconds here. Jason's going to talk to you about overhead. When we come back, 3 for Madness, and we will talk a little bit about Zach LaVine, the Keon Ellis problem, and then we'll get back to Markelle Fultz. We'll do all that in just 30 seconds.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip off at 5.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Well, if you're just waking up, I'm sure you can hear the wind outside, the rain. It's been pretty nasty, and we're in the middle of winter, and the great folks at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento want to make sure your garage door doesn't get stuck in the winter blues. February is the perfect time to give it some love, and at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're here to keep your garage door running smoothly. And this February, They're spreading that love with their Sweetheart Special. That's $150 off a garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Now, the experts at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they provide fast, reliable service. They're always on time, and it's always done right. From squeaky hinges to full door replacements, they truly do have you covered. So don't let your garage door be the heartbreaker this season. Visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com for your free estimate as opening doors to your home and your hearts the entire month of February and really all year long, as they've been serving our community for 70-plus years. Third-generation owners, terrific people. They know what they're doing, and many, many happy customers out there. The great folks at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Whether it's commercial or residential, they're here to help. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door.
I just want to say, I think you're doing a great job.
Okay.
We don't compliment each other enough on our live reads. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
That was a really good read. If I was them,
I
would say money well spent.
Good.
We don't ever compliment each other on that stuff.
Well,
I just wanted to pop in. I know I'm messing with your rhythm and just say great job.
Okay. I appreciate that.
All right. Back to
now we got to hit the tagline.
Okay. Go ahead.
You know what you look for? The red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. Kelly Brothers is joining us. I think, yes, he is. Sorry. In just about 12 minutos. Followed by perhaps Uriah Faber, and then definitely Sam Amick.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
You can text us at 916-339-1140 as we get to 3 for Madness. I think this is an important text. I think it's from loyal listener Justin, unless somebody else has the exact same prefix. Hi, Justin, if it's you. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't Kings fans have been satisfied with the play-in a few years ago? Let's not forget where we came from. That's a perfectly understandable statement. I would just, and this is what I said to him back. Yes. By the way, a few years ago, they would have been ecstatic with the play-in. But expectations change, and they should. Once upon a time, we were ecstatic that my daughter was able to walk 3 steps and fall into our arms. Now, if she did that today, we'd be like, are you okay?
Right.
Things progress and et cetera, et cetera. This is on paper, a very talented team. This is not, the teams of 2015 and before, if you will. And I would also say that's a second cousin to, let's say everything ends crappily this year. And I would never say, I would never come on the radio and be like, guys, honestly, though, they could be in Seattle. By the way, they could be in Seattle. Yeah. We're lucky to have them. I'd rather go 1-81 than have them be in Seattle. Of course, we all feel that way. But okay, you hit the end zone. Now the goalposts move, and that's how it should work. So I hear what he's saying. I think a lot of there's some people out there that feel that way. But guys, the play-in, our expectations have moved on.
Yeah, the organization said as much. They wanted to be a top 6 team. Now, if they don't get that, which I think is a reachable goal,
I agree with you. It is.
Yeah. Then, like Monty said to us on Monday, look, if they have to get in through the play-in, they will. They'll do that. They'll try that. But you also know, Dave, there's a risk. You have a bad day or a bad 2.
Yeah,
you're out.
That's it. And that could be if you're a 2 seed.
Yeah,
same thing. I mean, they were a 3 seed a couple of years ago. All right, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Zach LaVine continues to struggle from deep. At this point, what's your worry level?
Yeah, I kind of blew that whole thing with talking about Katie in the last segment, but I'll just reiterate. My worry level is like a 2. I'll say this: my annoyance level is at like an 8. Yeah. Come on, it's like, come on. But I know he's annoyed too. I'm not annoyed at him. I'm annoyed for him. Like my worry level, do I really, and I know some people are going to laugh and go, yeah, but do I really think that a guy put on a Kings jersey and now has completely forgotten to shoot and that's never going to come back? And yes, I'm aware that that's a possibility. No, I'm not. He will figure it out. I don't know if he'll go back to 45% or whatever. We'll take 40%. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I think the only thing that bothered me about last night, per se, like he wasn't making a couple early. And then actually, I thought he took a couple of bad ones.
Yes.
And he made one. I'm like, oh, okay. Nice shot. But maybe he's pressing a little bit to this point because he is better than this as a shooter. Now, the good thing, Dave, is he got to the line, made them all when they mattered, and still got his way to 20 points, had a good amount of assists. But it sure would help if he starts making those threes.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Is it becoming more difficult to not start Keon Ellis, or could 6-man actually be a perfect role for him?
Well, it's a tough question because he's like last night, he did amazing. And so do you go, well, that's because he's in the perfect role right now. It's really suiting him. Or is it, well, he's doing that there, but he could be doing so much there type of thing. Somebody sent me this, Jason. This is everything, but just for example, the Keon Ellis issue. They were comparing Ellis and Zach LaVine. By the way, this is Zach LaVine this season, including Chicago. Keon Ellis, and there's some analytics in here. Win shares per 48, edge Ellis by almost double. Box plus minus, edge Ellis, triple Zach LaVine. Now keep in mind, analytics are skewed by the team you're on to, and the Bulls are terrible. He's got a better 3-point percentage, free throw percentage, more steals by triple per 100 possessions, better offensive rating, way better defensive rating. Zach LaVine's net rating is -5. Keon's is 14. Wow. That's not to shake a stick at Zach LaVine. But the problem is, and what front offices deal with is, I honestly think if it was all things, it's almost a little bit, guys, you know what it is a little bit with Keon Ellis? It's kind of a second cousin to Brock Purdy. There's a little Purdiness going on, because I think if Keon Ellis was the number 5 pick in the draft a couple years ago, you consider it differently. He's making coins compared to the rest of the league. He's a G leaguer, former G leaguer, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not just a matter of, I think if it was just based simply on numbers and performance, Keon Ellis would be starting. But you have to take into effect the egos, the contracts, this and that, whatever. It's a good yet tough problem to have.
Yeah, I think what it also is doing is giving Monty and Wes in the front office, something to really think about for this offseason. Look, they did get DeRozan, they did get LaVine, and they have plans of going forward with them. But with Keon playing this well at his price point, I mean, you could elect to move those guys if that's something you wanted to do. I mean, it wouldn't be a thing where you feel like the cupboard's empty if you did that. So right now, though, I'm fine with where it is, because he's still getting the minutes. And Dave, I mentioned that before you got here. It's like, that's the one thing I would go back to Mike Brown if he was in here and just go, Coach,
what happened?
Yeah, there was some game you just either didn't play him or barely played him, and he's just been too good.
I do wonder this, and by the way, it's way too early to have this conversation. It's just, you just brought it up. Zach LaVine makes $47.5 million next year, and he has a player option the year after at 49. Is he movable?
Well, it took the Bulls a while, right? They were trying to, allegedly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yeah,
but
DeMar's is more friendly.
No, DeMar's is much more friendly. DeMar 24.5 next year, 25.5 the following year, and he's earning that this year. Number 3.
Question 3.
What's your excitement level in signing Markelle Fultz?
I'd say it's a 7, but I would say that half of that has to do with, the potential and former number 1 pick, and he showed sparks and this and that. Really, the other half is just, hey, they're making smart, measured decisions. They're not just going out and grabbing whomever.
Right.
It's the Markelle Fultz signing excitement for me. A lot of that has to do with Jonas Valanciunas and Jake LaRavia and bringing in guys on the bench to where night before, I would say that since the trade deadline, we probably have at least 1 win because of the bench.
Yeah. And 3 weeks ago, I mean, it was an issue nightly. And you're just going, man, the starters were all great, but can they win games putting so much on the starters? Now you don't feel like there's a drop off. Sometimes it's even better. Like last night, Keon was incredible and other guys are going to contribute. So I think he's going to be part of that. I don't know where. I would think he'd be later in the rotation, but I'm just excited about what his potential could be. And also, Dave, like if it doesn't work, it's doesn't really kill you.
No,
it's low risk.
It's incredibly low risk, especially when you've got a situation, Jason, where the Kings are at or near the bottom. Here's how bad the Kings are on the bench. I'm looking up right now on StatMuse bench points by team. It only goes down to 25, and then you have to subscribe for the rest of them. And
where are the Kings?
The Kings are just above it, 23.
There they are.
Which they're averaging 25 points. Well, let's actually, I don't want to look at total points. Let's look at average. The Kings are actually 24th when you go there at 25.1, which is
better than I thought.
It honestly is. And that's been improving lately. And then when you look at what they've done over the last couple games, not only is it impressive, but what do we say? 25.1 is the over. Keon Ellis did that by 2 points on his own last night. That's not going to happen every single night. And to be honest with you, the rest of the bench combined for 6.
Yeah.
But they didn't really need that last night. Right. And by the way, Keegan Murray was a starter and he played 34 minutes. He had 6 points, and they were able to overcome that and deal with that because he was doing the other thing. So we'll take a break. When we come back, Kelly Brothers will join us. We'll get into sports business, do all that next.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip off at 5.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Northwest Exteriors wants to keep you warm this winter with our $89 furnace tune-up. Trusted in Sacramento for heating and cooling systems. Book your tune-up today as part of our 30th anniversary special. Call 888-TRUST-NW or visit trustnorthwest.com.
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The huge President's Day sale is on at Maida Chevy, Sacramento's Silverado headquarters.
Save $10,250 off MSRP after rebates on new half-ton Silverado LT after rebates with over 50 in stock.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area.
$10,250 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
I'm George Washington, and I approved this message. Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. 5 to the seller, must own 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Join me, Alan Siles, and the Sacktown Sports Team this Saturday, 2 to 4 p.m. at Folsom Buick GMC. Come out, win prizes, and check out amazing President's Day sales.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
All right, just a couple of notes as we get to Kelly. I forgot. Number one, Uriah Faber is now confirmed for 7:44.
Wow.
We're
awake? Okay.
We're going Kelly, Faber, Sam. Great guest-a-thon.
Yeah.
And secondly, I forgot to tell you, very special day in the household today. I will be picking my daughter up an hour early today so that we continue to do what we've been doing. We're drilling because today at 4 p.m. she has a Zoom meeting with the UCLA Integrated Studies faculty. Yes, it is a cash grab, Chris. So everybody, no matter what your denomination or thing or whatever is, say a thing for the. We are. This poor little girl is beside herself.
She'll be ready.
I think she's ready. We were doing drills last
Mom's
night.
got her ready.
Absolutely, Kelly. Good morning. You've been through all this. How are you?
I had one girl go through UCLA, as a matter of fact. Doing fine. Thanks, Dave, very much. Great to see you both.
Do you know anybody at UCLA I can bribe with Crumbl cookies or something? Just let me know offline. I'm at this point, I'm willing to just blank myself out. For it just gets to the point where you just want your kid to
be happy.
Be happy. But I also don't want to buff the system.
But yeah, Dave, the problem is the cookie you would send it have a bite out of it. So what
Well, speaking of, hey, watch this. Hold on. Ben, Super Bowl sure took a big bite out of ratings.
Hey,
thank you.
Over that.
Over
That's
the
why you're
week.
pro.
Kelly, it's set records, my man.
Yeah, it did. And sometimes we lose sight of the bigger trend here. Between 2018 and 2022, the Super Bowl dropped in viewership 4 out of 5 years. Mainly because people were cord cutting, and I think I don't know. Maybe they're just gathering more with a bunch of people in one room, and that was impacting the numbers. But when you look at 2021, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, 95 million. That was the lowest in many years. That was a Brady game, obviously. So to break the record again, which is a reversal from that trend, but also in a game which was a complete and utter blowout. I mean, I kind of understand it last year where you had an overtime game. You can understand interest peaking to get up to above 120 million. But in this case, a blowout, they still set a record for the halftime. Fox, $800 million in ad revenue through one game. Apple Music dropped $50 million on the halftime show, and I think they're happy they did it. And Kendrick Lamar not only added millions of followers and sold a lot of tickets, he added actually an entire European leg to his tour after they saw the reaction from his halftime show. He did get, by the way, he gets a check for a little less than $1,000 because they have to pay a minimum wage for 4 hours. Yep.
Tough work if you can get it.
Can I say about the halftime show, by the way? So he beats Michael Jackson's record barely, but up till then, Michael Jackson had been the most watched Super Bowl halftime show. And what bothers me, I mean, good for Kendrick Lamar. I enjoyed it. But what bothers me is it's like the whole MASH thing when the MASH finale, like we do it for box office. Like we have to have this adjustment for human inflation because I refuse to believe that Michael Jackson's halftime show in 80 or 90 whatever, like if you're comparing it to Kendrick Lamar today with everybody having all these ways to watch, plus there's like almost double the people in the United States. Right, exactly. Like we have to find some way to handicap that because I refuse to believe that MJ is number 2. Sorry, not going to do it.
MJ's not number 2, nor Prince.
Right.
That's one of the greats.
That's exactly right.
That was fantastic. But I think there are a lot of people who didn't quite understand the halftime show, but wanted to see it, wanted to try to figure it out, wanted to do a bunch of reading after the fact and figure out what the beef was about. And they got that anyway. No, Kendrick, I think he got everything out of this that he wanted.
Sure did. Kelly, how about, we just mentioned the game wasn't that great. The halftime, you either enjoyed it, you didn't, whatever the case may be. But Tom Brady was in the spotlight there. Seen a lot of people critical of his performance. What about Brady and his overall Super Bowl appearance?
I just don't get. I don't understand the contract they gave Brady. I really don't, because did any of those 126 million people tuning in for the Super Bowl, would it have mattered if the color analyst was Greg Olsen and not Tom Brady? Would that have mattered?
No.
I know. And so I'm trying to figure out, all right, what's their game here? What else do they want Brady to do? And because there are those who believe he's going to do this for another year and then he's going to back out because the conflicts of interest will be too strong between this and his role in ownership with the Las Vegas Raiders. But I just find that they don't even seem to feature him really. I mean, it's not like he's on all the time. I think, for a guy doing it for the first time, he did fine. Is he as good as Olsen? No, he's not as good as Olsen, at least not yet. He could be, but $375 million over 10 years, and he's 1 year into that. I'm just trying to figure out what their game is, or they've got to have some other plan for Brady, because this can't be all there is.
It's a really good point you bring up, Kelly, because if you look at, and obviously Brady's making a ton more, lapping the field. Brady probably, I would be surprised if you took his contract and then you took the contract of every play-by-play and analyst on the national level and added them all together. I mean, maybe take Jim Nantz out, but it's probably about equal. And you're right, Kelly. If you had Greg Olsen, hell, you could name a number of players, people. I don't think anyone's going to come or not be there because of anyone else. So you kind of wonder, if you're a network executive, everyone's looking to cut corners. Guys, you could probably knock about $400 million off, because I don't know that announcers have that, but there's a handful that have, literally count on one finger that would have leverage. But to have the opportunity to be on a national broadcast, you don't want to be terrible. They've got to be able to do the job, but there's plenty out there. You could probably get these guys for low six figures across the board, save yourself 9 figures, and you could use that money plenty of other places. So you're right, Kelly. I don't know what the game is, but it does seem misspent.
I don't. I have a feeling like these guys. The ones who are good are really good, and you will just let that be the soundtrack to your Sunday afternoon. If it's Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, terrific as well. But then there's this entire nether region where you don't know one voice from the other. Right. You don't know Ian Eagle's voice from his son's voice. So, and at some point, I think it's going to be like local news anchors, where at one point someone looked up and said, I don't know why we're paying these people so much. Let's pay them 1/3 what we were. And they just did it. And that obviously that has impacted some of the product out there. But in terms of viewership, it didn't have the outsized impact you would have thought. So I don't know. They've got to have some other plan for him, I'm thinking. But who knows? Who knows?
Unless it's Kelly Brothers at Channel 3. Kelly, you were worth every penny.
That's right.
Absolutely. Or here at KHTK. No, you're no.
So once sport comes to an end, we're getting not quite yet, but how about the World Cup will be coming in the recent time ahead? What do you think about that, and what's going on there?
I just find this interesting, because I can't believe they're doing this. But you got the World Cup in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada next year. You will have matches at Levi Stadium, which will be great for Northern California as well. But they've announced the 2034 World Cup in Saudi Arabia. No booze. Dry January, no booze.
Wow.
No booze at a World Cup soccer match. You've got some, I'm not sure. There's some people in the British Isles there, Dave, who I think are going, what? You can't do that. It's not a World Cup. How are you going to, but they're saying, no, it's not part of our culture. No booze at the 2034 World Cup, which has already been awarded to Saudi Arabia.
I'm trying to remember if in Qatar there was also no booze as well.
I don't remember that.
There was certain areas
where you could, but they're just going to say nope limited. In Saudi Arabia.
There was a smoking tent in Qatar, but it was kind of, just you can go here and drink, but they're saying in Saudi, none.
Well, look, the thing is this. FIFA is the most corrupt organization in the history of sports, and it makes Jose Suleiman's WBC look like look straight and narrow.
Just a charity, yeah.
It really, if you did Mount Corrupt more, FIFA's 1. The International Olympic Committee is probably 2. The WBC I still think is 3, and then we can fight over who's 4. And I will tell you what I admire about FIFA. I truly admire this about them, is that they just don't care that they're corrupt. They really don't. They are blatantly and openly corrupt, not just with money, but with human lives, human rights. I don't mean this in any flippant way. I mean it the opposite. I truly care about this. But you could set an over-under right now on lives that will be lost more than likely in the construction of these stadiums in Saudi, much like in Qatar, although I imagine the conditions will be slightly better in Saudi Arabia. It is openly corrupt, but as we've talked about many times, Kelly, whether it's open corruption in soccer, whether it's trading star players in basketball, whether it's $300 million announcers in football as well, yet the Cowboys can't make the playoffs. People will just continue to buy, watch, attend because they're addicted to it. And until at some point the people stand up and have a sports revolution, they're going to continue to just hand over fist bribery and all that crap. And this thing will be a show for sure.
No, and you know what, Dave, those revolutions are few and far between. I thought they were about to have one in Dallas the other night. I really did. I just, when I saw, and Cuban kicking people out from his seat, and this is going to be a case study if they can somehow resurrect obviously they got a win last night. That's a Band-Aid for a few days anyway, but I don't know how they pulled their rear out of the fire on this one in Dallas.
No, I'm with you. I am 100% with you. Kelly, we are running late as always, which means we had a great conversation. We appreciate
Thank you guys.
Your time. Thank you. We'll see you next week, and always appreciate your voice, Kelly.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. You too. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Uriah Faber next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the President's Day sales event?
It's time for some good old-fashioned doorbusters. Right now, save up to $20,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram trucks. That's the kind of savings you don't usually see until Memorial Day, and definitely not on Ram heavy duties. But this weekend at Hoblet, it's happening.
And you have 30 to choose from?
That's right. Plus, you can also get 0% financing for 72 months on a bunch of new models, including hybrids. But you better hurry in. These deals only last through President's Day.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 20,000 total net savings after 13,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% off MSRP factory cash, sample VIN savings 8013, plus 4,000 Hoblet Select inventory coupons and 1,000 trade-in assistance for 2005 or newer under 160,000 mile vehicle. Sample VIN 371844. 0% financing for 72 months on new Wagoneer S, 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE, and 2024 Dodge Hornet. $1389 per thousand finance on approved credit through Stellantis Financial. See dealer for details.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends over at Jiffy Lube, and they want to show some customer love this month with their February oil change deals you can find online today. Visit jiffylube.com and find a service center near you to see these sweetheart deals. Get it? During the month of February. Here's what you do. Drive into savings at jiffylube.com today and let yourself save in the month of February. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Mosley here. Thursday's Toyota Tahoe report calls for midweek POW. And let me tell you, it's top notch. If you're around, you're scoring. Grab the keys to your Toyota and get dialed in for an epic day.
Thanks, Johnny. A winter storm warning issued until tomorrow night. It'll be windy and chilly with snow accumulating an additional 1 to 2 inches on the slopes today. Have fun and get your gear ready. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The good news, you finally lost the excess weight and found the body you knew was hiding underneath it all along. The better news, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look and, dare we say it, enjoy the process. InShape has everything you need to build muscle and help keep the weight off. From fitness classes and personal trainers to swimming pools and saunas. Plus, plenty of full-length mirrors to admire your new self along the way. We are in shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Uriah Faber transitioning from the octagon to the hard court. The DoorDash Celebrity Pickleball Bash, February 15th and 16th in San Francisco Warfield Theater. Teams of celebs and pro pickleball players. They're calling it Pickletainment, Jason.
Yeah, it is.
I used to use that term for something completely different. Terrell Owens, Chris Mullen, Hunter Pence, Brandy Chastain, and more will join Uriah. And you can get more info at celebritypickleballbash.com. Joining us right now, the California dad, the one and the only Uriah Faber. Good morning.
Good morning. You had to go there, huh, Dave?
Of course you did. It's in the release. They call it pickle. Oh, I see what you were saying. Yes. Yeah. Let's get a few things out of the way. Number one, as hosts, we get these PR emails sometimes, and I smiled yesterday when it was like, you could speak to former UFC fighter Uriah. I always like it when I get pitched on having you on through a third party. So I'm wondering, when you saw your lineup today, if you saw us and was like, well, that's weird. Why didn't he just call me? I went through the proper channels.
Hey, thanks for following suit, buddy.
And then I have to also get this. Were you in Australia last weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
Dude, I mean this. You know I love you and I respect you. And no, I'm not about to say something crappy, but the camera at one point, I'm watching it with some friends and my wife, and all of it, you know how they do like the little picture-in-picture thing while the fight is on to show the corner. And I was talking to my buddy, and all of a sudden, Melissa elbows me. She goes, "Is that Uriah?" And I look, and it was like a little dark, the camera, but I was like, I think that is. And if I'm not mistaken, he's letting the hair and beard go a little bit. So I'm asking you, was it the camera, or are you growing some stuff out, dude?
Well, I've been busy, man. So I haven't. This is Callie. So Callie's here listening. Say hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
Oh, look at that. The performer like her dad.
And so me and Rome both have our hair grown out long right now. And Callie.
And Callie, yeah.
And then Rome's here too. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do our cornrows together. Me and Rome are gonna do it at Hammer and Nails. We're gonna get a whole boy experience. We're gonna go in there and get our pedicures and get our hair done up, and so we're waiting for that. And we're gonna record it, so we're waiting.
No, she's not.
About that.
Are you gonna have it done for your event this week, the pickleball tournament? You got a tough opening round, by the way, Uriah.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the pickleball world, but I'm up for anything. I'm a gamer. You know, this is They call me Dr. Dink.
Oh, Dr. Dink.
Is that what they call
Well, you're facing a tennis player and Festus Ezeli, who's like 19 feet tall.
Yeah, he's really big.
Yeah, they're going to match me up with one of the big guys just for the comedic, contrast there. But I think I'm going to do my part, like I said.
And by the way, I know you don't think this way, but just if there's any part of you that thinks Callie is not adding to the interview, I'm telling you, you're wrong. This is no offense, my favorite part of the interview, getting her feedback. Is California Dad going to be in sandals or bare feet?
I played some pickleball in my sandals, and unfortunately, it didn't go so well. So I'll be wearing some shoes.
Okay.
But you say they call you Dr. Dink. Have you mastered that shot?
The Dink, Joseph Benavidez is like a full-time pickleball player now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he actually said, "Are you Dr. Dink?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll use that name." There's a bunch of good little nicknames that these guys are coming up with. I'm not the greatest pickleball player on the planet, but I am game. So, I'm gonna try to win. You know me. I'm gonna get there and mix it up. But the whole thing's gonna be fun. They're gonna have music. They're gonna have all sorts of entertainment. My buddy Mario Lopez will be there doing the interviews and whatnot. So I'm excited, man. This will be the first of many, and the Shapiro boys are behind this. Ben Shapiro is my buddy from college, and he was a tennis player at Sac State. So we've had some heated pickleball games out there in Davis at his brother's property, and I love this sport, man.
Uriah Faber joining us. You can check this out. It's this weekend, San Francisco Warfield Theater, Celebrity Pickleball Bash.com. Let me take an aside here real quick. You mentioned it. I hadn't thought about Joseph Benavidez in a while, buddy. How is he? And I assume he's enjoying life. And does he, to your knowledge, does he still have the Cadillac with the bullhorns?
I think he graduated from the Cadillac, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they just announced that him and his wife, Megan O'Leary, are having the first little
nice. Congratulations, Joe.
About that. Yeah, and Joe's hilarious, man. That guy, he's doing some stuff with real estate out in Las Vegas, and he's thriving, looks exactly the same. And just recently started training again. He like completely stopped training. Some people stay in it and do some jiu-jitsu and do some of this and do some of that, and he just went cold turkey. And then he's back in all of a sudden doing a little bit of training and jiu-jitsu. So I was happy to see that, man, because that guy's talent.
You're right. It always seems like you're into something. Obviously, I mean, Dave just mentioned you're in Australia last week. You got pickleball coming up. I know Hammer and Nails, the business opportunity. When do you rest? When do you get time for yourself?
Resting, I like staying busy. I've always been busy my whole life, so resting is not a big thing for me. But like that trip to Australia, I got a little bit of rest in here. I mean, it was 2 flights that were. I want to come with you. Okay, listen, Rome. We'll talk about it in a second. Rome's saying, hold on. Let me finish this real quick, okay, bud? So yeah, I had two flights. Those flights were forced time for me to rest. I got to sit down, maybe watch some movies. I got some sleep in. There are 2 15-hour flights. And then I was in Australia. I actually went and got some rolls in with Alex Volkanovski, who's he's one of the top fighters in the planet right now at that weight. That was fun, and a couple other guys. So I don't know. I feel like when you're living the dream, you're always kind of resting, but not active, just not laying around.
I'm gonna. Sometimes I always check for questions. I'll end the interview on this note. You'll find this funny. Somebody from the text line, Uriah, says, "Hey, this video is making the rounds on social media from the Faber Aldo leg kicks, checking out his legs when he's trying to walk around ever. It's pretty brutal. Have you seen that video? And does he remember it? What is funny about that?" is I filmed it, and it was, and I would imagine Uriah definitely remembers the video and that evening, as any of us would. Faber, did you? I looked at this like not that long. In fact, I just brought it up. You know that video has 3 million views, and I don't think you and I saw a penny out of that thing.
Yeah, we need our money, man.
Dude,
where's our money? Yeah, that was the old block.
Yep.
You came over the day after. I think you filmed that with your phone.
I did. You were on crutches in the backyard. I think your dad was still, maybe I'm wrong, working on the pool or just finished it. But yeah, you were on crutches, and I remember you pulled your shorts up a little to show your thigh, and it literally looked like somebody dumped a pack of melted Skittles on your thigh. Yeah, it was.
Dude, it got worse after that. That was the day after, so it was just extremely painful. About 2 weeks after that, it looked like a dead body, literally from like my calf to my upper hip. It was just like obliterated. And it started to slowly change colors, and it was like a bright purple at the end of 2 weeks.
Well, and
so that picture, if you type in Uriah's leg, there's a still frame of the worst looking version of that thing, man.
And
that video you made, that's got 3 million hits now. It's crazy.
3 million hits. In fact, like years ago, a Brazilian filmmaker emailed me because they wanted to buy the rights for the documentary. So I was like, oh, okay. They wanted to do a documentary on some things. So they said, we want to purchase the rights. I said, oh, okay. What are we talking about? It was literally, I'm not joking. It was $100. I was like, yeah, you know what? I think Faber and I'll hold on to that. But that leads me into this. You were there last weekend. I don't know if you were able to watch because I know you had a fighter on the card, but I did think about you on Saturday because Duplessis, the champion, shattered Sean Strickland's nose in the middle of the fight. I hadn't seen a nose broken like that in a fight since probably Anderson Silva, Rich Franklin with the knee from the Thai Plum. And it made me think of you because you were going through incredible adversity mid-fight. You knew you were going to have to go through that adversity the rest of the fight. I'm talking about the Aldo and the leg kicks, obviously. So when something like that happens, whether it's Strickland or whether it's you, is there something in your brain where do you go on autopilot, dude? Does your pain threshold wrench down? What goes through when you're dealing with that live?
You do so much preparation for those things, and the way you get into that mindset is it's basically like a kamikaze jet. So you want to get everything running on all cylinders. You're preparing, basically your whole life is geared around this one 15-minute fight or 25-minute fight. So when it comes down to the actual the battle, you're pretty much willing to go for broke, in other words. So, for me, it doesn't cross my mind anything but, trying to beat the guy up and go to the end.
Well, brother, we appreciate your time.
Yes.
We're going to continue to plug this on our social medias as well. And as I get off the phone, hearing your little girl in the background, Avery was about that age when you first held her in my driveway, and just wanted to tell you that at 4 p.m. today, she'll be doing a Zoom interview with UCLA as she's trying to get into college next year. That's how old you are.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
How about that, Uncle Faber? We're getting gray, brother.
Is your sister living in LA?
Yeah.
Currently?
Yep.
That'll be cool if she gets out there, huh?
That's exactly why she wants to go down there, because I suck. She worships Lindsay. So what else?
Well, of course, though.
Yeah, you know the feeling, right? I mean, geez, second grade, brother.
Right.
Take care. Give the family kisses for us, and we'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.
Take care. That's Uriah Faber. 2.8 million views on that there. So no money.
I looked it up.
It's brutal. CelebrityPickleballBash.com, February 15th, 16th. That's this weekend. Warfield Theater, San Francisco. And again, for more info, CelebrityPickleballBash.com. Thanks to our good buddy Uriah Faber. We'll take a break. When we come back, Sam Amick. But first, thing about energy is that you normally do a tie-in, but remember that Faber Aldo fight was at Arco Arena. That was or was it Golden One? It was one of them, but it was at Arco. Thank you, Chris. You want to talk about energy? to this day, the biggest pop I have ever consistently heard in any sporting event was at Arco Arena. Anytime Faber would come out, and as soon as the lights went down, and the opening stanza of California Love would hit. Go on YouTube sometime and watch that. It blows all the microphones away. Those are some special times. It's also special when you're able to get a discount from a local brand like American Energy Heating and Air. $49 for the tune-up of your furnace. Tune-up, inspection, safety, all that. And if your furnace is 5 years or older, it's free. If you need a repair on that furnace, they'll give you $50 off your first repair. And if you need a new furnace, hopefully not, but if you do, it happens. Half off, all from a company that's been around since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Sam Amick of The Athletic joins us next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Slayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of Tax Slayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use Tax Slayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Wet and windy beginning today, Thursday. Expect some of the strongest winds throughout the morning and into the afternoon. We will see some breaks in the rain activity and the wind easing somewhat. Temperatures today expected in the upper 50s. More showers ahead late in the day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Coach Christie here letting you know the Folsom Lake Kia President's Day sales event is here. Save big with special offers on all your favorite Kia models and buy with zero down with approved credit. Join the winning team at Folsom Lake Kia.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Hurry in for the final days of Toyota's President's Day sales event. Shop the industry's best lineup of SUVs. Get low financing on RAV4, or check out the spacious Grand Highlander Hybrid, adventure-ready Land Cruiser, or the all-new 38 MPG Toyota Crown Signia. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care, 2 years of complimentary scheduled maintenance. Drive home a great deal at Toyota's President's Day sales event. It's ending soon, so get to your Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 3/3/25.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Joining us right now, thanks to Uriah Faber and Kelly Brothers. It's Augusta-palooza today. Joining us right now from his palatial Elk Grove estate, best known for being a neighbor of John. It's Sam Amick. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, gentlemen. I will be cameraless for just a few minutes before I join you, but nice to be with you.
Are we okay, Sam, you and me?
What's the beef?
This guy thinks he can just sit on his show and talk crap and have it not go anywhere. He thinks I'm so busy that I never chime in. Did you tell Jason about this?
He did. So I feel like, Sam, this is your forum now. This is your window. You're on every Thursday at this time. You can fire back.
I'm just saying, be a man and if you got something to say, Dave, say it directly.
Wow.
Oh, I like
we have
Yeah.
beef.
Oh, I prefer to say it behind your back in the hopes you're not listening. And by the way, and shout out to Sam for he's a good national guy, and he's
P1, loves the show.
P1 listening to the show. We appreciate. We'll try to get you a shirt or something. So thank you for that. Samuel, what the hell happened in Dallas? You've got an article out, and we're still dealing with fallout. And I don't. And by the way, let me plug that article that came out Tuesday. Can Luka Doncic follow the Lakers standard set by Kobe Bryant and LeBron James? It's not just the Lakers once again getting gift wrapped another generational superstar, as they did with LeBron James when he signed as a free agent, as Anthony Davis forced his way there through Rich Paul, as Shaquille O'Neal forced his way there from Orlando, Kareem from Milwaukee, on and on and on and on and on. But it's the whole Nico Harrison thing and the ownership in Dallas and the weird. Is there still, in your opinion, a lot more to be uncovered about this thing, or am I just wearing a tinfoil hat?
Yeah, I think you might mean, I don't know if you're maybe even alluding to some of the conspiracy theories about the Vegas ties with
I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that.
So I think it's just a good old fashioned shocking basketball decision that was, originated from a guy in Nico Harrison who had clearly decided that he was not comfortable being a long-term partner with Luka Doncic and handing, $345 million of the Adelson's money to him. And also, one thing I've learned that I think is relevant to share is, and I know Nico a fair amount. I knew him when he was a Nike rep, and I met him, when he would be at Staples Center waiting for Kobe outside the Lakers locker room, and you had that very, very close relationship. And he's a guy that, I think his vision for the Mavs and his focus was a championship very soon, and he has a bit of a short-term window where, I think that added to the urgency and that added to the impatience as it relates to Luka and some of his habits and the way he carried himself within the organization. None of which is to say that, that I endorse those views, but I think they do explain why he did what he did. It's not even this. I don't get the sense this is he got greenlit, but this is a move that Nico made.
Talking with Sam Amick from The Athletic. Of course, he's brought to you by Jiffy Lube. So, Sam, kind of on that thought, you mentioned the big contract. I think that's a reason, right? There's probably several there for Dallas and Nico in his decision. We may have seen part of that as a factor in De'Aaron Fox here on, potential contracts down the future. So, I mean, everybody would say Luka is worth that. Do you think this is something we're going to see more of with teams getting some real hesitation on these massive contracts that are going to be going forward?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I saw a segment yesterday from Draymond Green's podcast where he was talking to Baron Davis about the second apron, and Draymond was making, I think, a mostly on point about the impact of the second apron and how it basically is a hard cap. And he's been a real critic of the CBA, the new CBA for quite some time, and feels like this is the beginning of a trend where players of that magnitude are going to be moved, shockingly, because the organizations not only don't want to pay that money, but it becomes so restrictive to actually build a roster, around some of these massive contracts. So, yeah, I think that is something where you might have seen it play out with the Kings if De'Aaron qualified for the Supermax. You know what I mean? I didn't have full clarity on whether or not they were comfortable giving him that. It didn't become an issue because he wasn't on track to get it. But, it wouldn't surprise me if we keep going down this road.
Sam Amick of The Athletic with us. Sam, I'm sorry. I want to bounce back to, if you'll forgive me, to the whole Dallas thing, because where I get really lost, we talked about this a bit yesterday, is like you had that whole thing where Haralabos Vulgaris came in as a whatever the hell he did, guy from, made his name in gambling and other things, obviously had connections, but he comes in. That was kind of weird. Then you have the big report, it's not like we're talking about the Washington Commanders here, but you had a big study, and the culture of the Mavs behind the scenes was allegedly toxic, and there were big things happening. Then you have Mark Cuban, who, as I said yesterday, I don't know that another owner in the NBA enjoys being an owner more than Mark Cuban. And it was so weird to everybody that he up and sold his shares, that there were some people wondering if he was going to run for president. They were searching for reasons. He sells his shares to the Adelson family, Sheldon's the late Sheldon Adelson's widow, as you mentioned. And then you just fast forward to this Luka trade. And by the way, I'm connecting a lot of dots that probably have no business being connected, but I'm just going to toss it back to you again. This doesn't seem like this last 3 years seems incredibly weird to me, and like there's something else going on.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know where you want me to take that, and I'm not even trying to push back. I just don't know the answers. I won't push back on the idea that it's weird. It's also odd and very surreal to see Mark Cuban still be around, right? Like sitting at the game. He took a lot of flack from Mavs fans the other day because he was, part of the group that was telling people that wanted to fire Nico, reportedly to sit the F down. And so you had Mavs fans that were feeling a little betrayed by Mark, even though he wasn't part of this decision. I think it's pretty clear this trade would never have happened if Mark was still in charge. Luka was his guy. And Mark, personality-wise, was one of those who was going to tolerate, really whatever level of kind of superstar silliness might have come with a talent like Luka, because that's the way he's wired. So, no, I agree. I mean, the idea when Mark sold was that, it would allow him to get in on all of the development around the arena. And there was some logic there where he was kind of supposedly playing the long game. But still, for sure, some unanswered questions. And if you're a Mavs fan, it's stunning, right? Like you thought that, excuse me, you thought that the Luka statue, it was only a matter of time before that was up next to the Dirk statue. And that's what your fandom was going to be about. And now here we are.
Sam, on the Lakers side of things, I totally makes sense why they would do it. They've got, as Dave mentioned, just the next generational Laker for years to come. Do they think because I didn't believe they were a championship team this year, even with LeBron and AD, but do they think now this year, this fast, they've got the goods, or is it going to take Luka and some work in the offseason to kind of get in that window?
So they were hoping to be in that window. this year. But the Mark Williams thing is an issue, obviously, one of the stranger stories that we've seen in a while. And they needed a rim running, alley-oop catching big, and seemed like they had, likely had that in this 23-year-old with a bunch of upside. But now you're talking about Jackson Hayes, Alex Len, familiar face to Kings fans. And I don't know. I mean, their vision, I think, is more the offseason, but they also know that they've got to convince Luka to stick around. And I think he likely will, but, not if the team's not winning at a high level. And so they go out and they destroy Utah, the game that I was at the other night. Luka looked fine, but it was honestly more LeBron played really well, and it's the Jazz. But then they dropped the game last night. When what struck me about that was that the first game with Luka, he didn't really have a Luka game. He hadn't played it over a month. He was kind of rusty, and I wrote that it was virtually meaningless. Last night, his stat line is much more Luka-esque, but they find a way to lose to a Jazz team that they shouldn't be losing to. So we'll see how they look. It's late in the season. They're right in the middle of that pack. They were playing incredibly well before the trade, and obviously, they're pushing for home court in the first round. So we got to kind of wait and see what this group looks like.
Is this Mark Williams trade thing gonna get even more weird? And also, how does this affect LeBron's legacy?
I don't, the Mark Williams trade thing in our shop, and I'm leaning on the inside of the John Hollingers of the world and people who have actually been in front offices. There's quite a bit of surprise and confusion about the way the story is being reported right now, because, and we could be wrong, but there's just not really any mechanism for there to be what was kind of put out there by ESPN as like a mock trial between the two sides to see, who's going to win this debate. By and large, front office people that I've talked to, in addition to our people, just feel like there's nothing you can do. You can do sour grapes for a while and try to win the media war and try to get your narrative out there. But, there's nothing you can do. Admittedly, I learned a fair amount in this process about how, the medical side of trades getting cleared, they're not all that specific about if you raise a red flag, you don't necessarily have to make a compelling argument and really prove what you are raising the red flag about. There is, it appears like an informal avenue to have second thoughts about a trade and just back out. Now, it doesn't happen typically because you're going to have long-term ramifications relationship-wise. But there are certainly some people who feel like that might be what happened here.
Yeah, the ramifications on the relationship part is really interesting to me, Sam, because, you draft a guy like Dalton Knecht. They played him. They seem to be high enough on him, and then they trade him along with Reddish, and now you have to take those guys back. I know it's a business and all that, but that to me seems like the hardest part of all this for both sides, taking the player back.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably be more focused on that, Jay, if you were talking about high-profile guys.
That's true.
The Mark one, Mark can't be in his feelings because you had a team that gave up a lot to go get him. So you should be flattered by that. And then maybe disappointed that you're back with Charlotte because you're not as competitive. But to me, there should be no emotional hangover there. And then the Dalton Knecht one, and I don't mean to kind of like take it too lightly. It's a young guy that liked wearing that Lakers jersey. But when he decided, when he didn't play for personal reasons and JJ Redick said he needed more time to process it, I don't know. There was part of me that was like, somebody needed to get in his ear and say, young fella, like you're making a lot of money. You got to be a pro and just go play ball, But it is what it is. I was more referring to the front office relationships and the fact that, if you're Charlotte and you get to the next trade deadline and the Lakers call about something, you might not even pick up the phone. It's that kind of thing.
Sam Amick joining us. Before we get to the next question for our YouTube viewers, don't think we're not going to notice Doggy in a sweater. What's going on here on your lap here?
You think I'm in control of this dog? Come on, man.
No, I get it.
In the chat here for having a little fancy dog.
No, everyone wants to. That
we
want to see the dog. We're hoping you could hold up the dog so we can at least.
Fittingly, the sweater says "spoiled." I think that's about right. This is Willow, the mini Labradoodle, much minier than we thought she was going to be. A grand total of 13 pounds. So she's our little pup.
Hyperallergenic dog, I believe. Is that correct?
Indeed.
That's what they say. Yeah.
Indeed. Yep.
Sam, when is I imagine you have a 2 to 3 page multi-author think piece coming out about De'Aaron Fox unfollowing Domantas Sabonis. Let me, it's so stupid, and I couldn't care less as I'm about to ask you a question about it, though. Am I being, look, let me be careful here. There are, at least in my world, unconfirmed rumors that when it comes to the behind-the-scenes coach drama with the Kings, that it was never De'Aaron Fox that didn't see eye to eye with Mike Brown, that there was the occasional not seeing eye to eye with Domantas Sabonis and Mike Brown, and then Brown's fired and Fox takes the blame and blah, 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 blah. When you see something like somebody unfollowing somebody on social media, do you read anything more into it, or as De'Aaron Fox said yesterday, I just don't care to see the feed, basically?
I mean, he made it more substantive because he didn't just say, I don't care to see the feed. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, but I worked basically like we were coworkers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's again, not picking a side here. That is revelatory and I think interesting. And I know you joke about how you don't care, but like you said, A, you brought it up, and B, I actually think it does teach us more about the dynamics at the end. And I think you are responsible and fair to point out what you did about the Mike Brown component. I think one thing that we continue to learn and have crystallized even more than before is that De'Aaron was still rocking with Mike Brown. And so, even though the optics looked like the exact opposite when Mike was laying into him the night before, he was fired after the game and then talking to him at practice, and it appeared that maybe De'Aaron grew fed up with Mike's voice. That was not the case. And you're correct that, if you would ask me to have a power rankings of like players who kind of butted heads with Mike, and certainly prominent players, Domas would probably be number one. And that wasn't really a secret. So, maybe I don't want to speculate too much, but it doesn't seem crazy to think that De'Aaron, thinks that Domas, played some part in the decision that was ultimately made. But he's the one he's being so transparent publicly right now.
Yeah.
And I wonder how his people feel about it, because it's not really manicured media, but it's pretty genuine, it appears. And I know he's getting killed by the fans. I tend to be a sucker for truth, so I like the fact that he's at least being real, and kind of letting people know where his head was at a little bit.
Jason, just to crystallize, I have it in front of me here. Somebody asked him why'd you unfollow Sabonis, and De'Aaron's verified account said, "Don't care to see it. Why is that your problem?" He then went on. The guy said, "Dang, like that? All right." And he goes, "Like what? I don't care to see it." And then the guy said, "Well, that's your boy, though." And De'Aaron said, "We were teammates. It's okay not to be close to everybody."
Which is true.
Which is
but he's choosing to say that publicly.
Right. It's like none of those thoughts.
I mean, you guys know this better than anybody. Yeah. Who are you?
That's a great point, Sam.
I was kind of waiting for that one. None of this is bad. I mean, it's just weird that it's being shared publicly.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys think this parallels Tyrese Halliburton in a way, Dave and Sam, because I thought when he was traded, obviously it was, there was a lot of people upset about that trade. You were waiting to get Sabonis here. People loved Halliburton. And then he talked about it a little bit. It's like, oh, man, he really wanted to be here. Then he talked about it some more. And then he talked about it some more. And I felt like over time, he kept talking about it where maybe the fans were ready to move on or the organizations. I feel like both organizations, the Spurs and the Kings, have moved on, Sam. But like you said, I don't think the fans are done with this, and neither does De'Aaron seem to be. And so now that game here next month, I honestly don't even know what the reaction is going to be for De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I tend to think so much of this is on social media. At least right now, I will handicap that, the real life version is respectful with, I'm sure, a smattering of boos. Maybe I'll be wrong.
I think it's 30-70, 20-80. I agree with you, Sam.
Which you always hear boos.
You will hear the boos, but I agree with you, Sam. I think it's going to be 8 out of 10 cheers.
Well, and that's just my own quick commentary on human nature and, social media versus reality. And it's really easy to clap back and yell at a dude on social media when you see him in there and you remember that he did, play really hard and really well for 8 years for the organization, was a great guy in the community. All those things, those should not be forgotten. But it certainly makes it interesting. And to your point, Jay, about Tyrese, what strikes me a little bit about that is that the Kings fan base is funny because on the one hand, the national reality and perception is that players look at SAC like a small market and it's not a desirable place to be. But when guys come here, this fan base is very passionate, and it almost just feels like even though they might want to play elsewhere, they really don't like being sideways with this fan base. They don't like, not being loved by this fan base. And, sometimes might even try extra hard to clean some of that up because they think they're unfairly disparaged by this fan base. So, I do think that's a bit of a thread there.
I think as we wrap up here, I think, Sam, probably a big reason why I tend to be fine with De'Aaron is, my opinion, I think part of the shock for a lot of people is that he's about the, people call him a snake or this. He's actually, in my opinion, one of the realest guys out there. And the problem is you're not getting the filter on this. First off, he was very active in the community. He named a damn pair of his shoes after a guy's taco truck, which is phenomenal. All the charity stuff, blah, blah, blah. But in a different way than DeMarcus, who was also incredibly real, sometimes too real sometimes. Like, Fox doesn't really have a filter. He just says he does not care. He will say what he thinks. And I think what a lot of people are getting a glimpse of that maybe they just don't like is the way De'Aaron Fox is being and saying and talking is how the NBA guys are. They just don't say it and talk it, and they have this smooth manicured image. And Fox is like, yeah, dude, it's business. Like we weren't in bunk beds. And sorry, and I do care about how you guys feel, but I'm not going to play some PR game. I'm just going to say the crap that's on my mind unfiltered. And sorry if you don't like it, but it's the truth. And to be honest, for me, I'd rather have the unfiltered truth, the real individual, than have somebody that's, got 17 PR guys manicuring every statement and every word that comes out of their mouth. That's me.
I didn't hear anything you said after bunk bed. I just have this visual of Domas and Fox. Good night, Foxy. Good night, Domas.
There's so much room for activities now.
You turn off the light. I'll turn off the
light. All right. Well, anyways, Sam, appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. I will try to live up to Katie's standard going forward, Dave.
But with the yeah. See, and by the way, if you heard her interview at all yesterday, she availed us to the not the loofah, not the washcloth, but the scrub gloves for the shower. I ordered a pack of 30. So maybe I'll send you. We're going to do a review on the air. We're not going to use them on the air, but we'll do a review on the air. And maybe if you want, I'll send you a pair down, KHTK branded pair.
Oh,
and you can give us your own review.
That sounds amazing. I'm a little surprised you even had the audacity to go back to that topic where you were slipping up with, things. Yeah.
There we are. And and he waited all the way till the end of the interview to talk his garbage like a true professional.
Yep.
All right. Sam's dog, appreciate you. Sam, you're cool too. And we will talk to you next week.
See you guys.
All right, see you, brother. We'll take a break. When we return. Hey, wait. This doesn't go, but this is usually earlier.
It is usually
but now it's here.
We had all those guests.
It's a special edition. Kings Rewind, winning edition, New Orleans edition. Coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Team night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip-off at 5.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Oh, please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
reeling in the refund.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
Meta Chevy sends you $10,250 off MSRP on new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT after rebate. $10,250 off new Silverado at MetaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. Best owned 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
You know, when it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door.
And that's why I recommend National Garage Door, 638-4554. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE, that's broken spring experts. Styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of, and that's not good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're getting a new garage door. We're pretty happy about that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Being a bad host because, shockingly, what else is new? We have Kings Rewind to get to, and I don't know where this is going to go, but I wanted to. We had talked earlier, and I wanted to bring up Scott Marsh. Let me just first say this. Voice of UC Davis Sports, yes. I will just say in general. Really, the face of UC Davis Sports. Let me turn you on here.
Oh, yeah, if there's ever a setup, this is it
here
right
it is.
now.
Let me
all
just,
of this, and then...
Can I just first say how weird it is? I just realized this, that I think the three of us have 75% of the seniority here, if not more.
Yeah.
Like, easily the
yes.
three most senior members.
Yeah, just Whitey would be the other one, right?
Yeah. So
but he has
does
a
that
stop
count?
and start?
Because he has a. I mean, I had one for a year, but
yeah.
I mean, I might have more years than Whitey.
How long have you
don't
been?
forget
Oh,
Chris.
that's right. No, that's actually a really good point. Let's try to figure this out. Hold on. I've been here since earlier as an intern, but let's just call it 25 years. Right around.
Okay.
Scott, how long?
He's at 30 now.
I will
right?
be 30 in September.
Okay, you will not be 30 in September. Jason, we're up to 55.
Yep, sure.
You have been here.
31's coming up.
Okay, so that is 80, 85, 86. Chris?
15.
We're at
95. Just
Did I get that wrong? 95.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't go to. I didn't go to college.
What's a decade?
So we're over 100 years of combined KHTK senior. Oh my God! I don't even care about anything else I was going to say.
A lot of rings on that mic.
Yes. A lot of rings, like my Republic ring.
There you. Yes. The one.
So I wanted to recap our thanks to Crumbl Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And also to you, as we said on the air, for facilitating our relationship with Crumbl Chris, celebrity birthdays. And he comes in on occasion, and it's very much a treat day because he'll bring in his box of Crumbl cookies, and we get to partake. And, in mornings it's tough because we're not here for, we get the emails about like, oh, there's food downstairs catered from this barbecue place. And it's nobody's fault. We just don't get a part of that. So we get a text yesterday, Scott. That at some point during Alan's show, you came up here and removed the box of Crumbl cookies.
I put them downstairs.
Okay, so we got to have a conversation. I mean, look, and let me just say first off, this is not a, what do you call it when you spring something on someone? What is that word?
A gotcha moment.
Yeah, we're not gotchaing, and we're not trying to. There's still another word.
There's not cameras around here.
No, because we're all friends. We're all friends. We're all family here. So our thing is this. So like yesterday, he brought up those two boxes, and we figured the one box was probably for downstairs, right? And then what happens is that you have the people downstairs that normally get stuff, and it's a free for all. But then up here, it's a little different. And so we opened it up to like, hey, it can see and all that.
Of course.
I feel like there should be a box of Crumbl cookies that is exclusively for the upstairs people.
I'm with you. I'm down with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I just thought everybody was done.
Because you still had Whitey and Kyle.
Kyle wasn't here.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, he's with the Pels, or he's in New Orleans.
And I know this isn't for you.
Yeah.
You weren't taking the cookies for you.
No.
You were taking them for others,
Yes.
which is selfless.
I just wanted them to get eaten.
No,
If Chris is going to go to the trouble of bringing them. I want to make sure we
Well, I would also add too. So Jason had to leave; he didn't get any.
Yeah,
and so
and was back later after you.
That's true. We did have the Kings game afterwards.
And then
that's a good point.
And then even if there were some left over the next day, that would have been a nice morning coffee and some cookies. So look, this is a lesson to everybody. There's workplace conflict. And sometimes it spirals out of control. And what happens?
This is like your Kyle's ice cream.
Yes, very much akin to that.
And even that, like we didn't get any of that, but there was some in the freezer, and we got some the next day. And then Kyle thought we ate it all. I was like, we had a cup. Like
the we is doing a lot of work there.
I had there was literally this exact style coffee cup, this disposable styrofoam that I had half filled with ice cream. That was my contribution.
Yeah.
But look. I'm not saying anything bad about our sales staff or promotion staff or anything.
But
I think we can all acknowledge that when there's free food downstairs, it tends to get ate quickly. No?
You're right. You're right.
And
I would agree with that.
Food.
For sure.
Right. For sure. And I do too. I feel like it should, the home for it should, we're very protective of the Crumbl cookies. So I just wanted
understandably so.
I didn't want things to fester.
No, I'm glad you got it out of the air. That was perfect.
You want to stick around for Kings Rewind, or do you?
I want to listen to it. I always listen to Kings Rewind.
We might have to break.
Do we?
Okay.
All right. Well, that's true. We are at the end of the segment. What'd you think of Sam Amick? Were you able to listen?
Sam was great. What a list! I mean, you've got Kelly, Uriah, the Sam.
Yeah, and
I'm a little nervous about Uriah and pickleball.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of am too.
I kind of want to see him against Festus now.
Yeah. And John Isner, a tennis player.
Yeah, he might be getting
That's a problem.
Yeah. Well, if it was pickleball and jiu-jitsu.
Right. Then maybe he just jumps into that.
I think he'd have I'm a little worried. I think he's going to ditch the shoes and go for bare feet.
Yeah. And wasn't Isner the guy who played that 70 to 68 Wimbledon?
Yep.
Was that him?
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah. He's like super tall.
It better not go long.
Holy crap. Yeah, he's got cardio.
Yeah, for sure.
That's this weekend at the Warfield for Pickletainment, if you will. And hopefully the start of, we hope, some future dealings with Uriah Faber.
Absolutely. We'd love more Uriah on this station.
And also thank you for Jim Last each and every week. That's your thing as well. Jim's always fun.
Are you about to tell me that I've got a medical condition? You're thanking me for a lot of stuff.
I guess I feel a little guilty that I want to make sure you don't think that I'm pouncing on you about the Crumbl cookies.
Oh, I got you. The slap down. Now it's
now it's the build. It's the build back up.
Yes, exactly.
Also, Jason, a lot more endorsements than me right now. Is that something?
Jason's more likable.
That's 100% true. We will take a break. When we come back, the very likable Jason Ross and Christopher Line with Kings Rewind all after this. But first,
hey, look, an endorsement.
Hey, that's, boy, you want to talk about your all-time backfires? Let's talk about my good friends at It's Not on the Paper. And Mrs. Hoblet, of course, doesn't need to be on the paper.
Good job, Dave. I'm complimenting you on this.
Hey, thank you. I complimented Jason on his live reads earlier. So, look, what's going on right now? It's the President's Day sales event at Hoblet. I'm just going to give you a general conversation about my friends at Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Look, I'm a paid shill. You know that. And I'll say whatever, as anybody will on the radio. But here's the thing. Don't trust me. Go to Yelp. Go to Google. Read the unfiltered, unbiased reviews on Hoblet and see why they've been in business so long as a family-owned and operated dealership. When you have other dealers that are marking up MSRP, Hoblet does the opposite. Over 200 vehicles now, under $20,000. And then, of course, you have the best selection of Ram trucks in the state, number 3 in the entire country. J.D. Power Customer Service Award winners for excellence. Search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. True pricing. What you see is what you pay. No hidden fees. Get up there today and tell me your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you for the President's Day sales event. We'll take a break. Kings Rewind coming up next.
Tonight, Kings and Pelicans. Team night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 3:30. Tip off at 5.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Hey, Marvel comic fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. This week, get ready for Captain America, Brave New World, the IMAX experience. The best place to immerse yourself in Marvel comic action is on the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen with heart-pounding audio.
You asked for me. Here I am. Captain America, caught
without his oomph.
You want me? Come and get me!
Get your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento. And don't miss Captain America, Brave New World, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Elk Grove Honda reports that Honda has earned 3 coveted 2025 Car and Driver 10 Best Awards for the 3rd year in a row, honoring the Honda Civic, Honda Accord, and Honda CR-V. Honda Accord wins for a record 39th time. You can see and drive all the new 2025 award-winning models at Elk Grove Honda and see why Honda cars and trucks continue to impress the critics. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hey, it's time to pull up your calendar app. The Sacktown Sports Live Events calendar is packed with must-see shows. Get ready for Miles Kennedy at Ace of Spades on February 18th, a night of pure vocal power and killer guitar work. Then on March 8th, the Fists Fly at Thunder Showdown Boxing at Thunder Valley, where every punch could be a knockout. On March 15th, the legendary Steel Panther brings their high-energy hair metal madness to Ace of Spades. This one's going to be wild. And the next night, country fans get their fix as Alexandra Kay takes the stage at Ace of Spades on March 16th with her soulful vocals and heartfelt songs. Then March 29th, it's a doubleheader. Papa Roach and Rise Against tear up Golden One Center for a night of high-energy rock. And over at Hard Rock Live Sacramento, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall team up for an unforgettable night of laughs. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Get all the details at sacktownsports.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
I feel like I feel like I was pretty hard on Scott. Really took him to the woodshed there. Also, thank you, chat. The word I was looking for was ambush. I'm not trying to ambush. And then that started off a Jason Ross initiated Mount Bushmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Chris. Yeah, we have George either. Gardens.
Reggie, Rose,
Big,
Ham,
Mills, Bush Mills. Did I say the band? Yeah. Not going to say that on the air, Chris.
There you go.
All right, who's hot?
The Denver Nuggets. Yesterday, they beat the Portland Trailblazers 132-121. They're the first team in NBA history to have a player score 50 points or more. That was Jamal Murray. He had 55. Another player get a triple-double. Think you guess who that was?
I think it was probably Nikola Jokic.
Nailed it.
Nice.
And another with a 20-point, 10-rebound, 5-assist game in Christian Brown.
Nice.
Coming up later, Mount Brownmore. Charlie.
Mike.
Knows. Who's not?
Kevin Huerter.
Really? Do we have to jump on the man's grave?
He's not hot.
He is certainly not hot. I mean, we're not talking looks, by the way.
Just looking at his shooting, the last 3 games of the Bulls, 1 for 7, 2 for 7, 1 for 8. Only 1 3-pointer out of 12. And he's actually 50% from the free throw line.
I saw that 3-pointer. randomly. Yeah, they were playing the other day, and we were at the Kings game, and that game was on. They were playing the Warriors when they had the big lead that they blew, but Herter had the ball. I go, shoot it, and he made it. I go, there you go.
There you go. He listened to you.
Yeah, I did not know that was his only 3.
Look, I truly want him to succeed. Also, I'm kind of good with him doing this right now because it would really piss me off if
he was going off.
Zach LaVine's shooting 8% from 3 and Kevin Herter shooting like 45.
Right.
Then you'd really be like, okay, dude. Okay, what's next? Yeah. Right. Who's hot? Who's not? And
rewind.
Let's we can go rewind, and then we'll double up on Kings and Pelicans threes in the key in the next segment. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
You go with that?
Yep.
Kings rewind starts right now. Kings win in New Orleans. It was fun at the end because we won.
Well, all 30 teams from the NBA in action on Wednesday night, including the Kings and Pelicans from New Orleans, Louisiana.
We live up by another day. We live up by another day.
By the way, because of that, I'm sure, I believe it's the most 3-pointers taken and made in the history of the NBA happened last night.
Makes sense.
Back to you, Jason.
All right. New Orleans, the unofficial second favorite city of this show. It's a paradise for food lovers. And so much so, Dave, you'd be eating anything and everything.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy. Oh, I would, dude.
Chris would be seeking out a muffaletta sandwich.
Went online to try to get us muffaletta bread and the olive tapenade, and I was actually went to the checkout. I found a Cajun grocer online, and it was 4 muffaletta rolls, which, as you know, are huge, and it was a big 32-ounce jar of the actual olive tapenade they use. Total $18. I go to the checkout, I fill out all my information, I put my credit card info in, and then right before I hit click, it says review your order. $47 because it's $30 shipping and handling. So sorry, guys. I had a big surprise plan, but it went poofy.
Right.
Back to you.
Well, for me, I would eat anything. Anything would work, but the shellfish.
Go drink Lemon Tom's J. His face hurts. And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. Put on his glasses.
What is that from?
My girl.
Thank you. Back to you.
For the Kings, they were looking to feast on the struggling and injured Pelicans.
Pelicans play. Come on, Pelicans.
Tuesday, both C.J. McCollum and Zion Williamson were listed as questionable. Wednesday, though, they were in uniform and ready to go.
Oh, good for you.
Well, it was abundantly clear that New Orleans is much better when Zion is on the floor. That proved to be true in the first quarter. The game was tied at 13 when he went to the bench, and the Kings went on a 12-0 run. That's him on the bench.
That was him on the bench.
The first quarter hero for the Kings came off the bench as Keon Ellis was defending well, but also knocking down 3 after 3.
He's on fire.
The second quarter was similar to the first, as Zion was good for the Pels, but Keon was even better for the Kings.
Sit down.
When the second half began, you could just tell that this was going to be another one that was going to come down to the wire in the closing moments.
I thought you came here looking for a challenge. Duh! A challenge I could do.
In the fourth, the Kings were trying to get some scores and stops. The stops started coming with courage by Trey Lyles, who stood in front of the Mac train, Zion Williamson twice in an effort to take a charge. The scoring in the fourth for this game came from new king Zach LaVine. LaVine hit the Pelicans with 11 points in the fourth, going 8 for 8 from the line in the final quarter, while the Kings as a team went 11 of 12 from the stripe.
It's free. Come on.
After losing 6 times to the Pelicans last year, Sacramento now has gone 3-0 versus New Orleans this season.
So this team is perfect.
The win combined with some losses around the West, it was a good day to be a King. So, we all celebrate. Oh, okay. We all celebrate. Chris is thrilled and is making Southern Fried Chicken tonight.
And by chicken, you mean cabbage.
Cabbage, yeah. Southern Fried Cabbage, excuse me.
Wait,
Southern fried cabbage.
Okay, get through. Okay, I will. I'll hold them till
Southern
the
fried
end.
cabbage.
Yeah.
I couldn't even read my own writing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was dancing around the beam. And Dave, well, we know how he was celebrating.
My French kissed my father. Okay, I did not.
It's the same two teams tonight from the Smoothie King.
Here we go again.
So one last game to go before the All-Star break. So now you know what happened. I didn't know that's how you celebrated, Dave.
Every time.
There was an option there, by the way. Something you said in the show yesterday.
I have a feeling that even Chris, as much as that's got to be one of the most difficult things for Chris, because if it was up to him, I guarantee that thing would be practically playing on loop. But I think even Chris is not going to do it.
Yeah,
because that was definitely not great.
All right, Southern fried
cabbage.
cabbage.
What? Southern fried cabbage?
Mm-hmm.
Please do tell.
So you cook up what's it called? Andouille sausage?
Andouille
sausage. You cook up that and like thick cut bacon. You cook that up all in a pan. Then you take it out. Then you cook your shrimp. Then you take that out. Then you cut up some peppers and onions. You cook those through. Then you chop up a cabbage. You put that all in the pot and you let that cook for about 15 minutes. And then once that's done, you bring everything back together. And
I've had this dish. I didn't know. I guess I'm being thrown off by the
name of it.
And when you say you cook the bacon, I assume you're chopping it up, right? Yeah. And what are called lardons, by the way. Interesting. Have you had it before?
I made it before.
You made it before?
That's why I used the wrong Cajun seasoning.
And I think my biggest question, Chris, is please tell me at no point in the cooking process is there any emptying or reducing the amount of grease.
No.
The grease continues to build, and then when it gets into the cabbage.
I decided to make some for Jason, so I'm going to have to cook the shrimp separately.
No,
that's take the grease. I'm going to have to put that
glasses.
Yeah.
He can't see without his glasses.
You're going to cook something interesting. Wow, you're cooking something for Jason.
Yeah. Well, he cooked me jambalaya the other day.
That was when you were either in New York or overseas.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. No, that's fine. That's acceptable.
That's what helped faithful listener Alan, regular listener to
with
hear.
the rubs.
He sent us the spices.
Yeah, no, that's good. You're still going to cook for him after what you put on the text thread yesterday?
What I put on the text thread?
Thought he was a little bit, be honest, Jason, a little bit over the top with that scoreboard from your, I believe it was a Domino's.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking. You just roll it over that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Put it in the group chat. What was it, like 100 and something to 25? I mean, it was.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot closer. The game was a lot closer than the score.
The game of Domino's. All right, we'll take a break. Listen, final hour coming up.
Listen.
Final hour. Listen, Linda. Final hour coming up. We've still got a lot to get to, including 3 in the key from last night, 3 in the key for tonight. A lot of the same players. By the way, do you guys think Katie's spending any time today building her boards and studying? Like when you have back-to-back,
just update them.
Just update them on what?
Minutes.
Like percentages?
Yeah, just if you feel compelled. I mean, or just that Keon had this yesterday.
I
That's
got
all.
you. Maybe some Markelle Fultz research.
Okay.
Maybe a graphic.
Yeah, but go get some food.
Go get some food. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do the 3 in the keys, and we also have some post-game reaction from last night to get to as well. We'll do all that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Slayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund has belonged to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends over at Jiffy Lube, and they want to show some customer love this month with their February oil change deals you can find online today. Visit jiffylube.com and find a service center near you to see these sweetheart deals. Get it? During the month of February. Here's what you do. Drive into savings at jiffylube.com today and let yourself save in the month of February. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Waddy here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal and every detail matters. Check out the new Napoleon Prestige and Rogue models and see the difference a Napoleon makes. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel, boasting absolute quality. Napoleon knows that the smallest details add up to make a big difference when curating your perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Fall head over boots in love with music this Valentine's Day. Get ready for Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, returning May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, and more. Enjoy food trucks, mechanical bulls, and line dancing. Tickets start at just $52. Visit CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club. Don't just say, I love you. Show it with music. Buy tickets now.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader. Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Bob Ball Jones went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Get busy. Let's Donner. Now Bribing and explain it. We're gonna do some 3 in the keys stuff here.
Okay.
Last night and tonight, if we have time, we're gonna get to some post game reaction as well. Let me set this up here, and then at some point, either in the next segment or 9:28 during what to watch and standings watch, I'm going to steal part of the segment because there is. Now I'm going to say this, and it's going to be met with a collective, whatever, from the audience. But The Athletic posted an article about an hour ago about some very huge happenings in USL soccer. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a couple minutes later to talk about whether you're into soccer or not, what the USL has been working on and what they announced today, because I've been waiting to talk about this, is going to reshape the entire face of United States soccer. I'm not being melodramatic. I'm not being it is going to set up an insane showdown with MLS. And I don't know the answer to how they get out of the pickle they're putting themselves in. So I'll walk
That's
you.
Pickletainment.
That is Pickletainment. I'll walk you through and explain why. Again, whether you're a soccer fan or not, we can all agree we want to win the damn World Cup, and why this is interesting. So we'll get to that in a little bit, and I'm sure. Well, I forget Russ is into soccer too. I'm sure he'll disagree with me. All right, 3 in the key. Kings Pelicans last night. Let's see how we did. Christopher Laud, roll tape, please.
I will say we had a couple days ago where we were pretty good at 3 in the key. We were pretty good again last night.
Really?
Yeah. We asked for the first Kings point and the last Kings point. Dave, you said Monk and then DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
I said Sabonis and then Monk. Chris said DeRozan and then Monk. The first points, Monk. That goes to you.
Thank you.
The last points, Monk. Goes to Chris and I.
And I was watching it at the end because I knew I had Monk first, and I went, I kind of. But then DeRozan did have the ball in his hands at the very end.
Yeah.
But yeah,
just didn't get fouled. Then we asked for the largest lead for the Kings and for the Pelicans. Dave, you said 4 for the Kings, 12 for the Pelicans. I said 16 for the Kings, 5 for the Pelicans. Chris said 23 for the Kings and nothing else.
Yeah.
I said 16 and 5. It was 16 and 5.
Jeez, are you serious?
Right on.
Wow, that is top 10 all time. When you get something like that
already.
That is
I
top.
did watch it. Sorry.
Not to mention, by the way, I will say, I will happily say this, and it would come as no surprise to Chris. There were some moments during the game last night I was wishing really horrible things on you, dude. Like, I had Chris on the brain while I was watching because he basically guaranteed a victory. Got it.
Yeah, he's
Full
right.
credit.
Called a shot.
But
I was never scared.
I'd have been hot to trot coming in here today.
Well, so much so. Oh, no, we had a bonus. The Crash Brothers, right? We called them, I guess, for that. But Eastern Bloc, whatever we're going with. Sabonis and Valanciunas points and rebounds. Davey said 28-21. These were combined. I said 34-24. Chris said 43-26. Dave, you were closest, 21-19.
That's right.
And then lastly, the random stat. Dave, you said Zion would score 30-plus in a 114-109 Pels win.
I had to do what I had to do.
Well, they had 33, though.
Thank you.
There you go. I said 4 or more Kings players would score 20. DeMar, 24. 23 for Levine. 27 for Ellis. 17 for Monk.
Hold on, Chris. Question is 3-4.
No,
it's not. All right, judges.
Loser! You're a
3
loser!
is not 4?
3 is
you
in
feeling
fact
sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
3/= and it does not equal 4. Sorry.
And Chris said it would be a wire-to-wire win, which was not the case.
Let's see if we can do it tonight.
Okay.
Hey, guess what? It's a rematch everybody's been clamoring for. Just clamoring.
Well,
Kings, Pelicans.
It is the last game before the
Careful,
All-Star.
Jason, with clams.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's his glasses. This is the last game before the All-Star break, so we want to know the last points scored by a King before the All-Star break. Last points of this game.
Also, the last game before you are off tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Oh, Jason,
And next
always taking time off.
What's going on next week, Dave?
I think there's President's Day. There's Valentine's Day.
That's tomorrow.
And, oh, God, it is.
Get ready.
Last points. We need DeMarvelous.
DeRozan.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Laravia.
Laravia.
Chris?
Laravia.
I'm also going Laravia.
Shred it and boot bot. Beetle deedle.
He had a big game last night, so we want to know Keon Ellis's threes and total points.
2 threes and 9 points.
Oh, Dave hates
Coming back to earth, Keon.
I have 3 and 13.
4 and 16.
Okay. And then a random stat. Something that you're predicting that will happen tonight.
Jonas Valanciunas, double-digit points.
Valanciunas in double figures. I'm doing it again. Kings are going to have 4 20-point scores. I'm going to get there. 3 is not 4.
It'll happen.
Kings will win wire to wire.
You got to relax, dude.
By 15 or more.
You've got to really relax. Like, a lot of relaxing needs to happen with you.
Just relax.
So much relaxing, dude. Just relax on all that. What is going on again? Golly.
I'm just having some difficulty over there.
With,
there it is.
Hey, did any of you guys talk to Jason Ornelas, our head engineer, pulled me into his office yesterday. You guys aware of this program where we can like upload YouTube, like for example, we could put the whole Monty McNair interview in there, and then it'll turn out like 10 clips complete with subtitles ready for social media. Why don't we do that?
Someone has to approve the.
Is that what's happening?
Huh?
We don't have our subscription approved or something?
Correct.
Really? Okay. That's why I ask. Good to know. 1-800-920-1140. That's 1-800-920-1140 for the Jiffy Lube.
Oh, yeah.
Drive of the game. Would you like to hear DeMar DeRozan post-game?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I have that.
Okay, good.
I actually have that clip right here. Here's DeMar DeRozan post-game. Right here.
And I think we're going to get a chance to talk to DeMar DeRozan here. Mopping up a little perspiration. Hand of the headset here from Michael Martinez. Debo, you got us? All right. Well, mission accomplished. Nothing easy against this Pelicans club. You'd never know from their record the way they played the Kings this year. What was the key tonight?
Just staying with it. We knew they was going to come out and compete. Still going to be a tough game. They got a lot of talent on that team. They're not going to give up. It's tough. Going to the road, we just played these guys last week, won, so we knew they was going to come out and be aggressive.
And, of course, you get them again tomorrow night. It's almost like a mini playoff series in a sense. What do you do in terms of adjustments or tweaks, or do you just play your game?
One, we got to cut out all the turnovers. Understand they're going to be reaching. They're going to be all over the place, and we got to be aware of that. We got to take care of the ball. A lot of things we can clean up offensively and defensively, so it's a lot we could be better at, and, we definitely going to have to be better tomorrow.
Well, certainly it was a great night for Keon Ellis to get hot from downtown. He ended up knocking down 7 triples, scored 27 points. From where you were on the floor, how good did that look?
That was big. We need guys to be able to step up, especially on the road. He came through big for us, made our job a lot easier, so that was big on him and big for us.
And Zach LaVine going 11 for 11 at the free throw line, your former Bulls teammate. Nothing wrong with those numbers.
None at all. It's great to get some calls. He was aggressive getting downhill, so that was big.
How's your body feeling here? You ready for a back-to-back?
Yeah. One more, and we got a little rest.
DC was talking, Doug Christie, this morning. I know he was talking about no woulda, coulda, shouldas. You gotta go into this break. And he said, we can't go into the break until we leave this gym with 2 wins. So that's what's on the table for tomorrow night, and I'm sure you're up to it.
For sure. We need it.
All right. Thanks so much for a few moments of your thoughts, and congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I know before these two played, you were worried about them splitting. That still can happen. And if track record stays the same, Dave, I don't believe Zion will play.
Uh-huh.
So tonight would be disappointing. I don't know any other, like we said it before, it would be disappointing if they lost one of the 2 games. With Zion, it makes a little more sense. Without him, it will be harder for the Pelicans. Doesn't mean they can't do it. They'll be a little bit different. They're going to have to hit threes, but they got to get out of there with a second win.
They better win tonight. Or heads are going to roll.
Yeah. They're going to make sure that happens.
Does that mean like a guillotine or something?
Yeah, possibly.
It's not that serious. Everyone's talking about having a primal attraction to Jonas Valanciunas in the chat. Normally, I'd shut something like that down, but I share it.
Okay.
I feel. Somebody said in the chat, I feel Jonas Valanciunas makes me feel safe.
That's fair.
I want to, in the face of danger, I want Jonas to put his big bare paw on my shoulder and hold me close.
Yeah, like if
we have the meat.
You're stuck in the wilderness, that's probably your first pick.
Number 1 pick, without a doubt. There's like a 94% chance that Jonas Valanciunas has wrestled a bear.
Yeah, but what if he's not resourceful? Do we know this? Like, he might wrestle the bear and protect you, but could he start a fire? Could he get you food?
I think Jonas Valanciunas would not need to start the fire. He would just tell the fire to start burning, and it would happen.
Yeah. Intimidate.
And then I'd be like, who started the fire?
Yeah, and Billy Joel would finally have the answer after all these years. It was Valanciunas that started the fire.
Yeah,
I would have. Look, I'm a happily married man, and I have no shame in saying this. I would be the little spoon. I would. I'd feel safe and protected.
Don't think you really have a choice in that.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice either. Because if I was the big spoon, I'd be like an Ewok on his shoulder, like a parrot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, I would store snacks in his beard. if we were, maybe some beef jerky.
Yeah.
Cheese and crackers, the kind of little plastic tin.
Yep.
With a little red Scoopy. And if I felt scared at night, I would I feel like he would look down at me and make eye contact and say, "It's going to be okay, Dave."
Yeah. I got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
And I would feel safe.
I would too.
And that might be the most consequential acquisition of Monty McNair's career. Because no disrespect to any of the other acquisitions, no one else has made me feel that way.
We did not ask Monty this. Sorry, that was bad journalism. We didn't ask Monty about this.
About just the feeling of safety?
Yeah, would he be his number one pick? Is that why you did it? That kind of thing.
I think Jonas Valanciunas walked so that Markelle Fultz could run.
I agree.
We'll take a break.
Go, Markelle, go.
Go, Markelle. You fly. Fly, little bird, fly.
We're safe here.
When we come back, what to watch, that's coming up at 9:28. We got some more sound, and I'm going to talk to you about this USL thing. We'll do that next.
What I'm saying is all I really want is someone to hold me and tell me that everything is going to be all right.
There you go.
Everything is going to be all right.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
At Stockton Honda, we know how to honor a great deal. Like right now, during our President's Day sales event, you can find star-spangled savings on some of our best models. Why not stop in today and see for yourself? Save thousands with low APR financing and great lease rates on over 500 new Hondas at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Okay, guys, who is done with their Valentine's Day shopping? What are you waiting for? Stop putting off your Valentine's Day shopping and go to Prestigio Jewelers today.
She's right. Prestigio Jewelers has everything you need for Valentine's this year. And you're approved guaranteed. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy? 6 months proof of income guarantees you a credit line of $400 to $10,000. Time is running out. Make this a Valentine's Day she'll never forget. Visit one of our showrooms today or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Major League Soccer is kind of Ponzi scheme-ish a little bit in how they make their money. They just signed a 10-year, $100 million? I'm getting it wrong. Deal with Apple a while back. They're locked in at a horribly negotiated contract in which you can't see any of the games practically. Going all the way through the bump they're going to get out of the World Cup. The USL has been very quietly, and this is going to tie some things together now, has been very quietly over the last year plus working on this deal that they announced today. And it's no coincidence. It's preceding the World Cup. They're going to launch a new Division I men's pro league to expand what they're doing here. They currently, just so you guys understand, they have 2 pro leagues. They have the 2nd division USL Championship and then 3rd division USL League 1. Okay, so that meaning, MLS would be 1st division, but they're not connected to each other. They're now going to have a 12 to 14 team 1st division league up and running in 27-28 that will operate as completely separate, a separate D1 entity from Major League Soccer. So again, keep in mind, right now there are 3 divisions, let's say, of American Pro Soccer. There's MLS's Division 1. This is how FIFA sees it. USL Championship Division 2, and then Division 3. Now, or should I say in 2027, USL, they're now going to be competing directly with MLS as far as it's looked at from outside. What is great about that, other than the fact that the Sac Republic will be in that top division, you're going to have 12 teams over all 3 time zones, 75% at least of the teams playing metro markets of at least 1 million people. We have 2 here. in the Metro. And it now becomes the first to attempt a U.S.-based first division league separate from MLS since NASL decided to try to do it in 2016.
What makes them Division I?
The way basically the governing bodies look at them. So now you're going to have MLS has had that all to itself with the USL relegated, pun intended, to second and third. Now you're going to have competing first divisions.
U.S. Soccer decides it.
Yeah, thank you. What did I say? FIFA? My bad.
FIFA. Yeah,
Right. I hear you. It's goofy. Louisville, Sacramento, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Las Vegas, amongst others that are expected to be in there. What's really great about that is that unlike MLS, which is run as a single entity system in which team owners are partners in the league, the USL is run traditionally as individual businesses or franchises within the league. They're going to eventually institute promotion and relegation into
Amongst
the
the
USL
divisions.
format, leaving MLS to the side.
Right.
This is massive. It's the first time we're going to have actual promotion relegation at this level in the United States for soccer. Promotion relegation, which, by the way, I used to laugh at, and then I educated myself over the years and couldn't have been more wrong, is such a key to international soccer growth. It adds an entirely new aspect to the game, because you could conceivably, just to put it in terms people, will get, you could be a AA Major League Baseball franchise. You win the championship in AA, you play in AAA the next year. You win the AAA championship, you're now playing the Yankees and the Cubs. And conversely, the Tampa Bay Rays, whoever, the A's, the Giants.
Right.
Could you imagine someone like the Yankees playing at Rivercat Stadium?
Yeah,
that would be insane.
Wouldn't that Aaron Judge and everything? This is going to, not right away. It doesn't even start till 2027. But over the next 10, 15, 20 years, I think people are going to look back on this.
Yeah.
And go, that really has changed the face of U.S. soccer.
What do you think MLS is thinking right now?
I think MLS is they're doing one of two things, and maybe a combination of both. They're either, LOL, good luck.
Yeah, we're ahead of you. We're established.
Or they're going, and there are some that are, I can promise you, going, uh-oh, because this was always the Achilles heel for MLS, their business structure in general, the fact that they didn't set up a foundation for promotion relegation. Their owners will never agree to it because Robert Kraft isn't going to take a chance that his New England Revolution could be sent down to MLS League One.
Right.
Well, imagine us in the situation if we were to go to MLS, spend $500 million on an expansion fee, spend close to $500, $600 million on a new stadium.
That's right.
And then you're going to say, oh, by the way, you're not going to be in the league.
That's right. That's right. Oh, and by the way, this other team that got in for $50 million, they can now come up.
Right.
But MLS is going to eventually have two choices. They're either going to slowly but surely become not the leader, slowly but surely get phased out, because revenues will grow. USL now all of a sudden has, they're showing up on CBS and Paramount. They now have the ability to up their TV contracts and begin to grow. They also have individual franchises. They don't operate with a salary cap, so you can have people pour money and bring players over. It's more attractive now because you're now going to have playoff and championships where teams are getting promoted / relegated, which adds a whole new level of drama that you can't even understand unless you're into it overseas. And one of two things here, what I think will eventually happen, if I had to guess, sometime in the next 10 to 15 years, is you'll see a full merger. You'll see a full merger, much like AFL, NFL, ABA, NBA. You'll see a full merger between MLS and USL, I think, where they do merge in, and MLS guys are just going to have to allow for the fact that there is promotion relegation.
Yeah, just a superpower then.
Or MLS is going to die the death of a dinosaur. And what I'm especially excited for with Sacramento Republic is they're now going to be on that top tier, that top tier, if you will, when that happens. And they really got screwed with MLS. They really got screwed with, and I'll let Kevin Nagel go into that someday, but between the investors and Ron Burkle and Don Garber and the whole thing, And now there's an actual, a lot of things have to happen for this to happen, but now there's an actual opening for them to have their own homegrown first-tier U.S. soccer outfit with, again, promotion relegation as part of what they're doing. So if you're into soccer, awesome. It's really the right move, and we should have promotion relegation in this country. If you're not into soccer, I would say once this thing gets up and running, it becomes a whole new world. And oh, by the way, I have no problems either with it would also allow for Omaha to be in Division 2 and work their way slowly up to the first tier. It just adds a whole new level that we don't experience here, and I'm very excited because I think they're doing the absolute right thing. So
that's pretty cool.
Boop. Let's go back to some post game here. How about Malik Monk? Malik means post game in Arabic.
It does.
And he spoke after the game, please. Malik?
I feel like when we get up, we got to start stepping on people next, keeping them down, not letting them back in the game. And that's all the little things we do on the defensive end. Give up an offensive rebound, they hit a dagger three, things like that. So we take care of the little things, we'll be all right.
What about your boy Keon Ellis, man, especially cooking in that first half, 22 points out there?
10 for 14, 7 for 11 from the three, man. Keon been doing this all year. I think a lot of people surprised, but I'm not. I've been seeing the work he be putting in. I know what he going to do. That's why I be trying to find him. So Keon was amazing. He always amazing for us every time he step on the court. So
Malik, 8 turnovers in that first quarter and then only 3 the rest of the game. How big was that for you guys?
Yeah, I finally didn't have 4. That was huge for us, man. That's a part of the game that we need to take control of, having more possessions than the other team. We can't have more possessions if we turn the ball over. So the more things we can work on and I can work on myself more.
Malik, can you just take me through just the process throughout the game? It seems like there comes a point where you're not going to be denied, whether it's a rebound, defensively, loose ball, shot. Just take me through that mindset as you're playing and that clicking for you during the game.
Yeah, we got Zach and Debo. Keon was rolling tonight. Some of my shots weren't going in, but I'm the point guard, though, so I got to figure ways to impact the game without scoring. And I just try to do anything like that, rebound, get a loose ball, get a steal, get an assist. Just try to do something to help the team win, especially if I'm not doing something on offense.
Malik, you guys are working in new pieces and learning to play together and without any practice time, right? How is that going? And does it feel like it's happening, like in little incremental steps in these games when you get out there together?
Yeah, especially if we win. We definitely come together more when we win the games. I feel like that's every time we say when we get into the locker room after the game. We winning and we ain't even practiced yet. We finding ways to win. Just imagine if when we have some practices under our belt. So I'm glad we can get these wins right now because, of course, it's always better winning than losing to learn from that way. So, yeah, we're going to keep going.
When you play a team 3 times in 4 games like this, just what's that mindset? And you got 2 in a row against them Saturday and tonight. Now you got to finish it out tomorrow. Just tell me the mindset. Man, it's hard to beat a team twice in the NBA, let alone 3 or 4 times. So we know we're going to get their best shot. Hopefully Zion don't play tomorrow. Make it a little easier for us. But, yeah, man, it's always hard to get wins again in the NBA, especially against any kind of team, man. So we come out, take care of the defensive end, take care of the little things, and we'll get another win.
Always love hearing Malik Monk.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He really is. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, standings watch as well. We'll update you there. JR, I see you on line 1. We'll get to you in a second. Also, by the way, still looking for the Jiffy Lube drive of the game, 1-800-920-1140. A lot to get to before crosstalk with Alan Stiles. We'll do it next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Wet and windy beginning today, Thursday. Expect some of the strongest winds throughout the morning. And into the afternoon, we will see some breaks in the rain activity and the wind easing somewhat. Temperatures today expected in the upper 50s, more showers ahead late in the day. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The President's Day sales event is back at Folsom Lake Kia. Save a bunch of presidents on your favorite new Kia models, all with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Go see the team you can trust. My friends at Folsom Lake Kia.
What if your limited inventory had unlimited potential? What if your biggest risk was not taking one? What if you could make every move matter? Bank of America's business solutions can help bring your biggest what-ifs within reach. Find out how our digital tools, cutting-edge insights, and trusted expertise can work for your business. What would you like the power to do? Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Buy 5 quarts of Castrol Edge Full Synthetic Motor Oil and get a $15 gift card after rebate, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery. Ends President's Day. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf Magazine offered 5 mistakes most high handicappers make over short putts. First, they don't practice them enough. If you want to make more putts on the course, make more putts off the course. Second, high handicappers don't have a system. Design a routine that will get you comfortable and confident every time. The simpler, the better. Third, you don't look at the hole on practice strokes. Looking at the hole when putting takes the brain out of the way at impact. Focus on the stroke to get the ball to the back of the cup, not just trickling over the front edge. 4, be more aggressive. No confidence leads to deceleration or guiding the ball to the hole, and neither works well. Try to hit the ball with purpose and take out some of the break. 5 is you look up too soon. Listen to the ball drop in the hole. Gary Player said the only reason we look up when putting is because we're unsure. Commit to listening for the ball to drop on short putts, and you're committing to your line and your confidence. Let me know how it works. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
hooking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Exciting news.
Oh, yeah?
Not that. Guys, are you ready? Because as much as I hate it, summer's on the way. Nothing we can do about it. Unless an asteroid hits us, we're all going to get to summer.
You'd rather have summer.
Probably, but I'd have to think about it.
You're saying that as like one of the biggest storms goes through.
Yeah, I know, right? Good point. So, you guys remember it was about a year ago, I got a little contraption I like to call the Ninja Creamy that makes ice cream at home.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind telling you that I signed up for basically the Ninja Creamy fan club, which Ninja, you're part of the club and you get all kinds of promotions and offers and news, if you will, plus recipes. You know, I enjoy it.
I'm sure the news is great.
Well, it is today, Jason Ross, because starting today,
what kitchen gadget are you getting?
Ninja Creamy has announced the Ninja Swirl by Creamy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a standalone gadget. It's basically an expansion pack. And what it is, it's the same type of thing. You put the stuff in and it makes the ice cream and all that, but has a little lever and a little spigot because this is specifically a soft serve and froyo contraption, guys. So you can hold a bowl, you can hold a cone, pull down your mouth. You better believe it, and you can pull the little lever, and you've got yourself.
Let the fun begin.
Let the fun begin. Soft serve at home. Toppings galore, either on or in.
What would be your toppings?
For me,
or does it depend on the ice cream?
Well, it depends on the ice cream, but my go-to is peanut butter chocolate with blended Butterfingers.
Good call.
Sounds good. Yeah, and now just pull that lever, and you've got soft serve on demand. And the closest you can get to having a real soft serve at the house, these contraptions are between $1,000 and $5,000. I've literally looked at getting a soft serve machine at my house, also a soda fountain. Both of them super expensive. No, really, they're too. It's just I can't justify it, right?
You don't drink soda that much.
Nah, I really don't, but I thought it'd be cool in the little theater thing that I have. But yeah, just not. It would no. So
it would be cool in my private theater.
See, I tried to roll over that and not.
Chris
Chris
heard
let me. So the cheapest I've ever seen is like $1,400, right? So this one is it $700? Okay. No, 500.
How about 500?
How about 500? No, Jason Ross. Right now, as of today, they have announced it for Ninja Creamy members and probably everybody else too. $300.
Wow. What did you have to do to become a member?
I just clicked a box when I bought it, and I turned in my little. You turn in your little UPC code or whatever, and you can be a part of the gang.
Yeah,
the Ninja Creamy gang.
You're in that gang. Huh?
We got jackets and stuff. We meet on Fridays.
So the big question is, what are you going to do with your old machine?
Oh, that's the problem. Well, I know what I'm going to. Here's the thing. You just cornered me because I know what I'm going to do with my old machine, but I don't want to say it, especially after your behavior a few minutes ago. Let me just say I will relocate my current machine to a different place.
Same house?
No.
Oh, I know where.
There's no way for me
to
answer.
Be with a pizza maker?
Yes, but not in the backyard.
R.I.P. pizza maker.
R.I.P. pizza maker.
I forgot what was the reason it made you mad somehow.
Yeah,
because
or
it was
the Kings game.
No, it's because it was the Kings game put me in the mood. But then I had everything in there, and it wouldn't stop sticking. And then when I tried to pull out the pizza, all the toppings went all over the place, and it started smoking, and the fire alarm was going off. And
so the only thing you could do is throw it over the fence.
You know what? The fire alarm stopped. I got rid. And honestly, the pizza maker was garbage.
You showed it.
Almost said Phoenix. All right, JR. Good morning, JR. Welcome in.
Does the creamer lever come with a beaver?
Creamy with an I.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Oh my God! You are like Amazon's favorite friend. You just see something and buy it.
But it's a great. The things I buy usually I use. Last night.
Oh yeah, like that pizza maker, right? That was nice.
That one was a gift. And
throw gifts away.
The one I have at home
And the
now
finger mitts from yesterday.
I will get those sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. today. I've got the little tracker, and I will bring mitts in tomorrow, and we can all use our mitts and have a review next time we're all together.
That's why Jason is more likable and has more endorsements.
I totally
right
agree.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Point,
agree
JR.
with you. I'm a sucker for whatever.
I like your MLS expression. I will say there is a USL 1, 2 also, and there is an MLS Next,
Yeah, but now they're going to have now they're first tier along with MLS. They're competing directly, and I'm excited because screw MLS.
Yeah, I agree with that, and they've always not taken the USL Champions Series except for having the Cup, which is the only effort they've ever made to kind of incorporate soccer all together.
Hey, Dave, did you know that JR is a soccer coach?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well-respected
Going
soccer
to the
coach.
playoffs. We start playoffs next week.
Good for you. And
there we go.
I like the idea of you being a normal person off the show, contributing to the community.
Oh, you should see me coach that team. I am not normal. No, I am not. Many suspensions.
Oh.
Well deserved too.
Well,
but
you gotta look, dude. You gotta
teaching the young people
walk,
of America.
Yeah, walk softly and carry the thing.
Hey, then I have to go to crab feeds and donate a whole bunch of money to get reestablished as certified to be on the sideline.
Crap! I forgot to ask Melissa about the crab feed.
Hey, heads will roll if we don't win tonight, and obviously we don't want Jason's head to roll because that would destroy Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Look at that noggin there.
Wow.
Look at that thing. Takes up the whole screen.
Shots at Jason. I'm usually the one that gets the headshots.
Well, he has a headshot. Look at that thing. It takes up the whole screen. YouTube had to put a special device on there so we could just see it. But we need to win it. Win it big, just like the interview you just had there.
Yes.
And Jonas, do you think Jonas might be someone from a John Wick movie?
Oh,
100%.
very true.
He does, and thank you, JR. He does look like a villain.
Mm-hmm.
But
Boban was.
Jonas Valanciunas looks like what he could definitely have been one of the guys from Die Hard.
Yeah, for sure.
You're on YouTube. You can see I'm holding up when we had the COVID thing. Somebody relocated. This has made its way around the building, and this is my cardboard cutout that was at Golden One Center that we would pay for to be in the audience, and it's myself and a very young, puppified Gus the Bus.
We show that on YouTube.
Well, that's the thing is that I can honestly say that I had the only cardboard cutout in all of Golden One Center. I can't believe they didn't catch this. That actually shows, I'm not lying, male genitalia.
Yeah. Not yours.
No, it is full frontal Gus the Bus because I'm holding him up and you can see it. Yeah. I'm not gonna point it. I'm just saying, okay, it's right there. I don't think that counts.
And
obviously, it doesn't count.
Gus looks like embarrassed.
Yeah, Gus isn't happy. He's like, Dad, look, I'm not wearing pants.
What if your dad did the same thing to you?
Is that when you French kissed your father?
We'll take a break. By the way, Western Conference standings, should probably do that real quick. You don't think it's hot in this room?
It's okay. Yeah. This is a different seat than over there. If I was warmer there, there's something about this.
Golly.
Henry's always cold in here when the Kings games are on.
The problem is that your climate is so different than my climate internally that it just sometimes I'm going, am I having an issue here? Is there a health problem? Which could be true. Kings are now a game ahead still of the Warriors. For 9, they are 2 games ahead of the Suns as far as falling out of the play-in. Golden State couldn't take care of business last night. They tried against the Mavericks, so the Kings remain a half game behind the Mavs, a game and a half behind the Timberwolves for 7. And if you're wondering, hey, how far are the Kings out of the 6th seed?
How far are they out of the 6th seed?
I'm glad you asked, Jason Ross. They are 2.5 games out. We will take a break. When we come back, crosstalk, celebrity birthdays, and more right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you gotta drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
The good news, you finally lost the excess weight and found the body you knew was hiding underneath it all along. The better news, InShape Fitness is here to help you maintain your new look and, dare we say it, enjoy the process. InShape has everything you need to build muscle and help keep the weight off. From fitness classes and personal trainers to swimming pools and saunas. Plus, plenty of full-length mirrors to admire your new self along the way. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hurry in and save big during Honda's President's Day sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Civics, and Accords with low finance and lease options. Plus, get an instant cash offer for your trade. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Wow.
The real MVP.
What a special edition of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Just arrived. Moments before you did in the room.
In a few minutes, I will say, hey, Kyle, turn around. Don't look, Kyle. Kyle turned around and was just like, oh. He's already making plans. In a few minutes, we will say.
Don't drop those.
I'm not going to drop them. Do you have any idea how tightly I'm holding this box right now? Trust me. In a few minutes, we're going to say birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. And Nathan says birthday is more than Crumbl cookies. Also Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yes.
Crumbl Chris, apparently, I'm only guessing. Yeah, the absolute best. Heard how we got screwed over.
Yeah.
On the cookies yesterday.
I don't know if you did. It was really started by Alan.
Honest to God, this whole thing was started by he brought by a whole new pack.
What does it read on the box now?
Sacktown Sports only.
That's right.
Love
Chris.
Crumbl Chris.
Way to go, Chris.
Wow. Make sure we've got some for Whitey and Jay.
That's right.
Oh, screw them.
That's right.
And for the Kings later tonight.
Jason,
right?
Yeah.
Jason, the priority goes Jason, Chris, myself, afternoon crew. Kyle and Dave have had enough.
Hold on a second.
Wow, you've already gotten into it.
Just that part right there. I'd like to say,
Dave has been eating cookies on 2 separate shows.
That is a great point. I was eating yesterday.
But I do find it funny, the whole making up for lost time thing. Like, you guys, Dave is still making up for when you fasted, but he's been doing it for
That's true. I got a lot of work to do.
Gotta catch up. That was 3 full days.
It was and I kept missing when Crumbl Chris came in.
Yeah.
I like to think that I've earned a higher place in the line, even though I had some yesterday, because let's be honest, this is kind of a teamwork thing going on. And do we know where the splitter is? What are you looking at?
It was here.
It was here?
Whitey might have tossed it.
Oh, wow.
I'm just throwing everyone under the bus.
Yeah, you really are, because you're the one that started this whole thing.
I didn't start it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Wait, how did we find out that Scott took the cookies yesterday?
Yeah, how did we find that out? Oh, hold on. If only I had a telephonic device.
I was hacked.
Let's go.
And I didn't have a lot of time during the break too. I was going quick.
Let's see. Alan Stiles says Scott pops in as my segment is starting and takes the rest of the cookies.
All right, keep it down,
guys. There were barely anything left. Insane. And so we started investigating, and
was it you who
Yeah.
said he has to be stopped?
yeah, it was Alan that said he has.
That was fun.
And
Also,
then Dave, good job censoring what?
Well, okay. Well, you want me to tell the? Okay, fine.
No,
Then
no,
I said, did he say why? And Alan said no, but he's obviously a pig of a human and needs to be stopped. That's what he said.
That's not true.
We work with
I gotta
Scott
walk by his
a long
office
time.
when I leave.
Well, maybe the
walk carefully.
Because
I can't believe you said that.
Well,
about
I'm
him.
surprised you didn't block my number since you made the whole thing, which I ratioed you, by the way, on Twitter.
What did?
I ratioed you on Twitter.
What does that mean?
It means when a
He
comment
asks when he
gets
knows exactly what it means.
I don't know. Explain.
Yeah, explain it to
Describe
Jason.
Ratioing someone is when they post or tweet something and a comment kind of combating them does better than the initial tweet.
Dork.
And Dave unfollowed me because I put his head at gunpoint and made him follow me about a year ago, maybe over a year ago now.
Anniversary, I
so Dave used this as an excuse.
Why did everybody miss this? So Alan posts in response to the Fox thing.
Whoa, I didn't. This has nothing. I never said it had anything to do with Deer and Fox.
Well, Alan randomly out of nowhere says, I've never unfollowed someone that I didn't have some level of beef with.
I just said that.
And then I quote tweeted it, and I put a screenshot of me unfollowing Alan. Like, LOL, we have beef. What's great is that some guy was like, because he's telling the truth, you're a joke, LMAO.
Yeah.
And then right above that, it's Alan's a clown. So people are going back and forth at us.
No, that's the only one. I don't know who that guy is.
And then what happened is Alan goes underneath me and says, you've just been waiting for an excuse to unfollow me, and that's where you ratioed me, right?
That's right.
Because you have no retweets or anything, but 27 likes.
And you have how
and
many?
by the way, I liked it too. See how I like
you
it?
helped me ratio you.
Nothing is better than talking about
Oh, well,
likes
look,
and ratios.
27 likes and 2 retweets for mine.
And retweets.
Retweets don't matter.
And 27 likes. That is ruling.
We're not done.
No ratio.
No, we're not done.
By the way, also, Alan.
Scott's
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
What is happening?
We go.
This is never ending.
He's the one who said it, not me.
This
He did it.
Endless
He
supply.
did it, not me. Look at that.
There's more?
You took a Sacramento legend.
Wow. Oh, my.
Look at that. The voice.
It's more.
Why does he get? Yeah, Scott, grab.
I just want to offer my sincere apologies yesterday.
No business in it.
By no means did I mean to come in and take your cookies.
He framed you. Got us
I
all
was
upset.
only trying to get our promotions people, everybody else, just
Yeah,
a small bite of everything going on.
Can I say
So
why?
I hope this token of my
Wow, Alan.
will make up for my
Wow.
inconsideration.
Wow, Alan. That's why people say those things about
Wow. Thanks,
Thank you, Scott. And
I was
thank you,
just
Crumbl Chris.
adding to the bit. I was adding to the bit.
Why does Alan get cookies for narking?
That's a really
That's
good
it, right?
question.
Why does Alan get a whole
these
box
look
to
good,
himself?
too.
You got ratioed.
Yeah, you just got ratioed by you. Just
I
got,
did get ratioed.
You just got marshed.
I did get marshed, and I'm going to enjoy this marsh.
Celebrity birthdays meant to be spent with family and friends, and nobody and nothing.
So we can
Meant
like
to
just
be
take
alive.
our own.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Crumbl cookies.
We don't need the cutter.
Can I just say, you know what Alan's probably going to do here? It's such a BS move. Since you have your own box of cookies, that's going to Valentine's Day for the wife, isn't it?
Where's the chocolate?
I'm going to lick every one of those.
One of them
lick.
definitely is.
Just a ton. Lick every the surface. I'm going to lick them all when you're not looking.
because we're meeting for early Valentine's Day dinner today.
Oh,
So
on a Thursday?
I'll take one to
Very
dinner
romantic.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. We have friends coming up.
Okay.
So dinner today.
Ooh, we have friends.
Yeah, we do.
Don't want your wife to celebrate Valentine's Day. Interesting.
Valentine's Day.
That's when you're single.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's when women celebrate women.
Yeah, Alan. What do you have against women?
He doesn't really care about the fairer sex.
Let's not talk
I have
about
a daughter.
that. That's a little.
I know. This is why I'm so disappointed.
Is that like I have friends?
Oh,
Is that one of those?
no.
What?
Which kind?
What?
Yeah, now I'm flipping this.
Celebrity birthdays brought to me.
Yeah, whose birthday is it? One of me or one of Dave?
Not my birthday.
Oh, whoa! Now why are you showing me Bobby Jackson? Whoa, with the afro? It's February.
I'm actually rolling with it. I don't care. Fire me. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by. I'm trying to no. That's
just
right.
Stop.
I'm trying to make him British. Look, now he guards the Queen. R.I.P.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
Gotta work for the man.
Oh, peace is what it stands for.
Please, Jason.
I'm uncomfortable.
No, you're not. You're
Yes, I am.
You're swimming in this.
I am.
Celebrity birthdays,
It's adult
please.
swim time.
It is.
On this,
sewage. I love it.
on this date in what year was the great movie The Wedding Singer?
97.
96.
98.
Dang it.
We have a correct answer, and it's 1998. Christopher Laud. Adam Sandler Day.
Freaking IMDb over there.
On
Yeah, you gotta
this
pay for
date
that.
in what year? 50 First Dates.
Oh, now this one.
Here's a movie.
This
Yes.
is 2001.
No. Yes. No.
No, yes.
Oh, 03.
2004.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Laud.
Yeah,
2004.
IMDb. For Laud.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Randy Moss.
Ah, now here's a mooner.
Randy Moss is
Wait, is that the guy that was teammates with Jason Williams?
Yeah.
I am not a Raider.
He's one of two. I'm gonna say 49. I'm gonna be within one.
50 already?
Promise you
He
that.
did play for a while, though.
Promise you I'm within one.
40, you said 49?
Yeah, I did.
48.
50.
We have a correct answer. Dave, you were within one. Alan Stiles, 48, right on the nose. Coach K.
Ah, Shashifsky.
77.
Krzyzewski.
Krzyzewski. Coach K is 77. Is that what
Really?
you said? 78.
76.
Dave is closest, 79.
Haha,
Oh.
suckers.
There you go.
All right, coming up on the show, Alan throws more people under the bus unnecessarily and ruins his
You're
rep
the
with
car
everyone.
guy.
Yeah, right. And not ratioing anybody. Alan Stiles. Tune in, I guess. Coming up next.
Malik Monk plays here.